don't try to keep up with the Joneses.
No.
You know,
if you don't have the money, it doesn't make sense to go. But if you got two working parents and you need a place to take the child for 5, 6, 7 hours, and you trust the people that are working there, and they're teaching and they're interacting with other kids, it's a good thing.
But what preschool doesn't have kids interacting with other kids?
Well, that's exactly right. That's why they go.
That's what I'm saying. But why is it so? I mean, it shouldn't be that expensive. You're only doing a half day at preschool.
Well, I don't think they're all terribly expensive. Some are, but some aren't.
Guys, I don't appreciate you making fun of people who bring their parents to interviews. It's actually kind of common. I bring my stepdad to all my interviews so my nervous hands have something to play with under the table.
Oh.
That's from the boy MILF? Is that common?
I think it probably is more common than we'd like to think.
I've never heard of the parents calling. But I mean, that's amazing. I didn't know that actually happened.
I think what's different now about preschool is back when I was a kid, we had 7 kids. This was just a way for my mom to it's like a babysitter.
Take a break.
Yeah. Preschool.
There's some of that.
But I think nowadays, and I don't have any kids, but if you would look at the preschool who's running them, I guarantee they have psychology degrees. They have degrees that they know what they're doing. Back then, it was just some chick that opened a thing and, hey, bring your kids in. It was like a daycare.
It had to be a chick.
It was like a daycare. Now it's more of a school, I think.
Yeah, well, some of them are. Depends on where you go. Yeah.
The expensive ones, yeah.
The best part of today's show is these two bonehead producers whose jobs require little to no actual work, criticizing fast food and preschool employees. Go take another smoke break, Bacon Face, and Stonehawk. Pete's the only one with any work ethic. That's from the mayor of Lower Arnold.
You can question my work ethic all you want. I work 40 hours a week while going to college. I pay for that on my own. I've been paying rent apartments since I was 19 years old. Just because I have a job that isn't outside busting labor doesn't mean I don't get here at 4:30 every morning. It doesn't mean I stay early.
Pog is here early as the day is long.
And I've been to Arnold. If you want me to go off on that, I can.
And
I was like, where'd that come from?
What are you going to do about Arnold?
And I hate to say it, I'm the only one with very recent fast food experience here, so I think my knowledge of the fast food
game... Other than ordering, you're right.
Because that's how this whole conversation started with Steak and Shake. I feel like my knowledge is warranted in this topic because I have experience in the fast food industry.
Nice call back to the outset of the discussion. The outlook is that bad for Steak and Shake, which is in the first quarter racked up an $18.9 million operating loss. That's on top of a $10.7 million loss for all of 2018, so they are way ahead of that pace. Worse yet, customer traffic counts are in a tailspin, sliding 13% over the last 3 years and 7.7% in the first. Biglari, who I made reference to, is only 41, gained control of Steak and Shake in 2008. That's when he was 30.
Wow.
So he's been involved for 10, 11 years?
Yeah.
The image I have of Steak and Shake is that I'm going to need 30 minutes or more if I go there.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And you used to know it was going to take time, but now it's at another level.
Yeah. And I can get in and out of McDonald's or Chick-fil-A in 5.
Chick-fil-A don't play.
10 minutes.
They sure don't play.
Chick-fil-A don't play. You can text in 855 Cup Talk. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling, the sponsor in the text inbox.
More people are going to start including that type of stuff in their cup.
I've noticed your stepdad. What about stepmom?
Not as interested. Yeah. Although Brianna Banks is playing a lot of those lately. I think Tom Schmidt from Salt and Smoke started it. He set a trend, and now every new copy that comes in, I feel like I'm going to just be reading it like it's standard stuff, and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, and we'll bang your stepfather.
It's odd advertising. I guess that was
home with the listener.
An overlooked part of the market?
Clearly.
I don't know. I hadn't heard it before.
Oh, not the start Danny Lee wanted.
What are you talking about?
Danny shot himself 6 under yesterday over the Bethpage golf course.
If I could have shorted him all day, I would have.
He's 4 over through 6.
Yeah, holes get tight, Doug.
All right.
Holes get tight.
How will the Danny Lee era be remembered at the PGA?
I won't remember any of it.
The Brooks Koepka era continues, however. Course record 63 yesterday, and that thing was playing, 5,800, 5,900 yesterday? No, a little higher?
A little longer.
7,500, 7,400, I think is what they...
73 and change, probably.
63 course record. The Tam Avenue Capital Partners completely faded Brooks Koepka.
Oh, no.
And so it might be a weekend where we'll just focus on reliving the Bruins and Hurricanes series at the Tam Avenue Capital Partners. And Doug, what a series it was.
Yeah, well, a short one.
This guy seems to make money except for when he's helping you.
So now you're questioning my wizard?
I don't know. I mean, I want you to make money.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Iggy.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Joe Buck. We all have people we miss and who we would do anything to see or hear again. Whenever I want to hear my dad's voice, all I have to do is go to YouTube, but most people don't have that luxury. Now with Sound Story, your family's stories can be saved forever. Sound Story is a professionally produced hour-long conversation in which you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by the host of your choice, including TMA's own Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Jackson Burkett. Hundreds of St. Louisans have already told their stories with Sound Story, and the experience is one they loved.
I think everybody that can do it, they should, for their children, for their grandchildren, because I know I would give anything to hear my parents' voice.
Visit mysoundstory.com today and use promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. That's mysoundstory.com, promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. Sound Story, for you, for them, forever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
Good morning, St. Louis.
Where is he? Where is he? Where's Tim?
Hello.
That wasn't Tim's voice. Where is he?
I don't look like Tim?
Oh, no. I guess you could be his son.
People say I look like you.
Yeah, I hear that every now and then.
No, people say I look like you. What we all look like is the morning after, and that's presented by Brown and Crouppen right here in the Munganast 7 o'clock hour.
Yeah.
Douglas Elvin Vaughn to my right. Across the dais from me, the Plowhawk. To my left, Ken Iggy Strode, and in the formerly named Horton Watkins Studios, now Seckman, what is that, Foxy 6 School District Studios. That's KG in O-Town, and we are the Morning After STL for today, Friday, November 17th. Tim is out today, as he was yesterday. All is good. He's a planned vacation, but we're here, Doug, and what a night. Oh, what a night when the Blues lose to the Sharks, but the Sharks are good, so...
Well, they're not good, but hell, they's on scholarship too.
Right.
I'm sure you got a boner.
Yeah, because the Ravens pull out. Massive win last night, despite Joe Burrow being out.
And the lead. It's the only thing going on.
Right.
How about the Mizzou come back?
Now we're talking. How about that?
That's actually a good win. Minnesota's not the best.
No, they are predicted to finish last in the Big
Correct.
Ten, but they can shove their predictions in a sack. That's what I say.
In a sack?
But you go on the road in a hostile environment.
The barn.
The barn is one of the best.
Williams Arena. Yeah.
One of the best.
Is that a signature win coming back by 20 with 11 and a half?
Were they really down 20?
They were down 20 points, Plowhawk, with 11 minutes and 25 seconds left to play. That is following Caleb Grill, a transfer from Iowa State, being ejected from the game with a double technical after thinking he got fouled from a three. He got booted from the game. Minnesota got 4 points on the free throws and the ball. And Missouri turned it up, and with about 16.6 seconds left to play, side out of bounds, score 68-67 in favor of the Golden Gophers. Here is Mike Kelly's call of Sean East and the Tigers making a historic comeback early in the 2023 season.
All right, hit the lever, Plowsy. Hit the lever.
Left sideline in the front court. East takes the inbounds pass between the circles, guarded by Carrington. 13 seconds play, drives left side to the left block, head and shoulder fake, puts it up, and Missouri's got the lead, and he got fouled with 9.9 to play. Sean East gives Missouri its first lead. Christie takes the inbounds, 8 seconds to play. In the backcourt, crossover, 6 seconds to play. Middle of 4 seconds to play. 17-footer for the tie, misses. Rebound off the brim. Mitchell throws it up, missed it, and Missouri comes back from 20 down to win by 2, 70-68 in its first road trip of the season. What a miraculous comeback by Dennis Gates and his Missouri Tigers. The final inside the stunned barn in Minneapolis. Missouri 70, Minnesota 68.
Their games on 1380?
What's that?
Their games on 1380?
Big 550, I think.
You didn't like the sound quality.
Sound a little tinny.
That was someone recording Mike Kelly's call off of their phone from a computer. But thank you to that person who did that, because we love hearing Mike Kelly's calls of the Missouri Tigers' victory.
He's the best.
I love Mike Kelly. He's outstanding, and that was a awesome win, because last night, Doug, I was sitting there saying to myself, why am I watching this? I am upset. This is annoying. This team isn't what they were last year, and that's okay, but they aren't. And then they started playing with some real conviction. After Caleb Grill got tossed from the game, they started playing fast. They come back and they win. Nick Honor gets hot. Great production out of some newcomers. Trent Pierce, a freshman. Kurt Lewis, who was plus 16 on the night. On his plus minus, he was plus 16. He's a transfer from Logan College. And that was
chiropractic school?
No, junior college. Sean East, another junior college transfer, makes a huge shot, gets it. I love when you're down 1 point, 16 seconds left. Try to get a basket quickly, because if you miss, you can foul and try again. I hate waiting for the last shot, because you're really hamstringing yourself if you miss. Sean East goes, gets the contact, makes the bucket. Missouri gets a huge road win when they were down 20 points and being dominated, honestly. They were getting dominated last night.
Well, how does that happen against the worst team in the Big Ten, if that's
they were
prediction?
Well, they're definitely the worst team in the Big Ten.
They were shooting the lights out early last night, but then once Missouri kind of got going in the second half, they started missing a lot of shots. Didn't play great. Got a 10-second call out of nowhere, taking the ball up. That was really dumb. But they didn't shoot as well as they did in the first half. Missouri started playing with some conviction, and they get a W. I mean, and I'm going to be brief on this, because I know some people couldn't care any less, especially in November basketball. Having said that, when you have a team like this who is clearly this much better on the fast break and in transition, and you have 12 to 13 guys you're confident you can play, they should never, ever be walking. They should be running up the floor every single time and pushing the tempo, because that's how they came back and won this game, is by pushing the tempo.
Let me ask you, because I follow college basketball, but I don't really pay that close attention to it.
Well, it's one or the other.
But when you, I watch it, but I don't really pay attention to stats and that. But when you have 70 points, isn't 14 assists kind of low? He's jacking up a lot of shots with nobody else touching it.
14 assists on 70 points. It's not terrible. It's not where you want it to be. You'd want that number to be closer to 20, if not 20 itself. That was what they were really good at last year, was scoring off assists. But honestly, in a game where you're down 20 and you win 20 in the second half, midway through the second half, you just take wins however you can. So I don't think that's optimal for the Tigers. but it's not the worst. It's not the worst number you could have. It's not like single-digit assists on 70 points.
Yeah, I guess unless you're getting a bunch of offensive rebounds and scoring. So
hey, get it how you can, man. That's how I say it when you're down 20 points.
Get it how you can.
Get it how you can.
and I got that big Jackson State squad coming in next.
On Sunday. Yeah,
That looms large.
Jackson State, SC State, some other smaller school, and then Pittsburgh on Tuesday of next week, or Tuesday in like a
No,
week
they should
and
be
a half.
6-1 by the time Pittsburgh comes.
Let's hope. Let's hope they're actually going to Pitt.
I didn't see the end of the game. I
We
fell
got
asleep.
Gary Finkel waiting, and I want to talk some Mizzou.
Okay, he'll be on a little later to talk that.
Yeah,
I gave up and I went to sleep. Is it possible that Grill got the technical just for having a horrible man bun?
I hate the man, but I thought
Wasn't
those
that
were
just
out.
a
I thought those were
horrendous head of
gone.
hair?
He was not shooting. He hasn't shot well really this entire season. I still have faith in him because it's obvious he can shoot. He played at Iowa State and was a really good shooter there, but he plays with a lot of energy, but that energy sometimes comes with, that was dumb. That was dumb. And honestly, and I think so often we never talk about officiating unless it's bad. The officiating last night was like almost throwing a perfect game. Like they were really, really, really good. The difference between a Big Ten ref and the SEC ref, Plaza, you're so lucky to watch Big Ten basketball.
Yeah, it's Big Ten football is terrible, but when you get to basketball season,
They let them play,
They let
man.
'em play.
They let them play. It's not ticky-tack, hand check calls. Like, there's low foul count, good pace to the game. It allows some rhythm to get set in. And I really thought they did an outstanding job of refereeing last night.
So what do you do? Yell at the referee and then throw the basketball or something to get two dunk?
No, he thought he got fouled, so when he was on the floor after he got hit on the three-pointer, he slapped the floor, which got the ref's attention. The ref teed him up, and then when he stood up and looked at the ref, he made what seemed to be incidental contact with the ref, but you can't make contact with the ref. He got the second tech and got booted.
And we thought Connor Vanover might help the situation. He only played 7 minutes at 0 points.
Yeah, he was good defensively.
Couple of rebounds.
He was good defensively. He swatted a couple away, but I assume he's going to be in there for shorter stints because of his size. I mean, you're 7'5". It's going to be tough to play, to log 20 minutes in a game. He is extremely tall.
Sean Bradley used to do it.
Yeah, but he's 7'5".
Manute Bol,
He wouldn't play that long.
7'6".
He wouldn't play for
Muggsy Bogues.
I bet Manute Bol played some 20-minute games.
I'm sure he did, but the most recent Taco Fall, if you remember from UCF, that was his biggest problem. Is he couldn't play very long. Jeremiah Tillman used to put him in a spin cycle. Boring. That's from was it Jerry Chewbacca?
That's the only good thing.
Somebody.
I said I don't even follow Chicks Hoops.
Oil Can Boyd. Who the F cares? Move on to the next subject. Harrison Brother Master. Tim would never allow this. It's from Todd Reesing. Stop this crappy basketball talk. I want to talk about my night. I counted the wrinkles on Doug Stinkstar in the back of his Jaguar.
Yeah, that's what we won't be talking about.
see, when you walked in, we talked about Nair, didn't we?
Nair.
About cleaning a dirt star and then Nair. I think we brought it up, not you.
It's like for women's legs.
And I didn't even know if that product still exists. And then we looked it up, KG and Oten and myself, and it's still a viable business. I didn't know if people still wax that way. It seemed super painful and uncomfortable.
Yeah, they usually get the Brazilian.
Is it waxing or is it just a lotion you put on there that kills the
I think,
hair?
Isn't that the lotion? I thought it was the...
I've never used it myself.
No,
I
it's
just remember the commercials
It's just
from years
lotion.
ago.
You just put it on there, let it dry, and it's supposed to knock the hair off. I've never
But if
used
it works,
either,
then why do people use the hot wax?
because I think that lasts longer.
It rips the follicle out.
So that means it doesn't come back? Once you do the hot wax, is that hair gone for good?
Doug?
Because if not, then it's definitely not worth
No,
it.
because women get a Brazilian wax more than once in their lifetime. They usually get it right before bikini season, so you don't have that bush hanging out there.
Oh,
I just think I would rather have the bush than the isn't it like beet red for like 4 days after that?
I imagine it hurts.
Oh God, you'd be walking around like a penguin. I could not imagine.
You think guys get Brazilian waxes in those places?
100%.
I would imagine you'd be the type that would have tried.
I don't know if I could do it, man.
If I saw you
boner every
40
time we
years ago, I would say that's a dude that's got a Brazilian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like.
No, I mean the
no
guy
offense
giving
to you,
it.
Iggy. It's just you're
You
glowing
seem like the
in the
kind of
sun.
Nancy boy.
No, I mean the guy giving it. When you go in to get a Brazilian wax, if a girl gets a wax, is there a guy doing that? Are there any guys do that?
I've not had one. I don't know. Probably
that's
so.
That's kind of a sensitive area. You want some stranger down there touching you.
I think I want the one with the most 5-star reviews.
Oh,
I don't care if it's Helga walking in as a 6'8" linebacker. I'm good. That's fine.
You check the reviews before you go?
That'd actually be a really funny fantasy football punishment is you have to go get a male Brazilian wax at the worst rated wax center in your area.
Start off with sandpaper.
But at least it's the kind of thing that I think it would hurt for 2 seconds, and then it would go away pretty quick, and you'd be
I
all right.
disagree. I feel like it would be one of those Native American burns.
Yeah, that lingers.
Well,
You know what I mean? Have you ever had a Native American burn? Like
when you
Guardian
twist
burn.
the skin.
Yes, thank you,
Gosh, our
Jackson.
Guardian burn. We can't even say
Can't
Native
call it what it
American.
is anymore. Well, we have female listeners. If you had a Brazilian, call in or text in. Let us know how long that pain lasts.
I'm guessing they were going to. We don't get calls very often. This would not be a topic where I see everybody lining up out the door.
Well,
I would just
if you
curious.
just put tape on your
Right, it's like a
skin
Band-Aid. It's like
and
a
rip it
Band-Aid.
off your chest or something off your hair, it hurts for a couple seconds, and that's
Doug,
it.
you cannot be serious to compare a Band-Aid or a piece of masking tape to hot wax just
It's not
coated on
boiling.
it.
It's not boiling.
Well, it's wax. And
I've
it's
got my
melted.
eyebrows waxed. It doesn't. It's not that. It's actually like nice. It's like a hot shower.
I see them rip it all on. There's
If
no
it was
way.
that bad, people wouldn't do it.
It's
Let me
not
wax
that
you,
bad.
Doug.
It's not that bad. If you have like thick chest hair that's like deep in the roots, that would probably hurt.
Deep in the roots.
You know
yeah,
what
but
I'm saying?
your first time is going to be rough,
Yeah, I mean the first one's gonna suck.
right? Those hairs have no idea
What's coming?
what.
Well, I think the main point with the Brazilian is, bikini season. And you can do that yourself.
Oh, there's no way I'm
No,
doing
if you-
that myself.
Ken Strode, bikini expert.
I would never get
if
enough force.
If you want it for your boyfriend and you want it smooth, well, if you do it yourself, you're going to get stubble.
Right.
So, but, I mean, if you just want it not hanging out of your bikini,
Oh.
you just do that yourself.
How often do you see it hanging out of a bikini?
Hedonism.
Not enough.
They're not wearing any bottoms, so.
Oh.
So you really can see what's going on in the wax department.
No, I haven't seen it in a while because women take care of themselves. They don't want to look like that. They don't want bush hanging out of their bikini.
I went in to get my dry cleaning when Mizzou Talk was on, got back in my car, it was Brazilian wax talk. That comes from it's not gay if it's the back nine.
Well, you wanted something different. You were tired of Mizzou Talk. So we went to something different.
Yeah, well, people can deal with it. That's what I say.
They weren't excited about Mike Kelly's call. I love listening to Mike Kelly.
Couldn't agree more.
He gets
Oh
excited.
my God.
Jackson's running point means we got to talk a little Mizzou.
He's the true homer. You ever hear him on football, though? You get kind of confused because 1st and 10 at the Missouri 30, handoff, tackle to 32, falls forward, gain of 60.
Gain of 60.
I mean, they're
It was actually a really good, like the content I don't know about, but the impression itself was really good.
tackled.
That was good cadence.
Like, if you listen to him, handoff to Schrader, tackled at the 32, falls forward, gain of 14. You just had him tackled at the 32.
Huh, I've never noticed that.
Yeah, it's just kind of hard to figure out where they're at. But he's good. I used to work
So
with
you
Mike
don't
Kelly.
like him that much?
No, I like him. I worked with him for a year at Sports Illustrated Golf Plus.
Did you?
What is that?
Isn't that when you were clearing markets?
Yeah, clearing markets for Bunyard.
So,
Bunyard.
Also, you need to get waxed every 2 to 4 weeks. What's the point? Just shave every week.
Is that according to like Men's Health or something?
Birdie?
2 to 4? I thought it was like just
Is it
once in the summer.
Birdie?
It's a hair removal. I don't
That's
know.
borderline Tulti level sourcing.
This one from 2020.
That's just a guy that wants to see naked women as much as he can.
Yeah, here's styleseat.com/blog.
These are coming from the waxing centers. You need to get waxed every
These
other
are
day.
the experts that 3 to 4 weeks, every 3 to 4 weeks. That's a lot.
I guarantee you, if a woman calls in, there's no way you get waxed every 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh.
Well, no, you can't guarantee anything.
I'll bet you.
All right.
Bet you milkshake, the one you haven't paid me yet. So
Oh my
I
God!
said, when do you want your milkshake?
next time we're out.
Okay.
You
What
guys-
is
Not
that?
very often.
No, that's why I'll never get paid.
Maybe at Hot Shots, when we're at Hot Shots.
Doug, next time you're in Maryland Heights, 3 minutes from Iggy's apartment, that's when you
Okay.
can get
Yeah,
the milkshake.
Go by Andy's and just grab me one.
Yeah, if you go to Carol House,
I don't think Hot Shots has milkshakes.
they probably have a blender. They could probably get that done. We could bring our own cream.
Well, you need ice cream.
Yeah, we'll bring it ourselves.
Well, I'll do that. I'll make it at home.
Well, you'll have Doug serve it to you though. This is the Munganass 7 o'clock hour here on the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Coming up on the Captain's Log today, it's Friday, which means we'll have the drops of the week at 9:05. Lisa Ann will join us via the phone lines, as she was just in Melbourne, Australia. And then after that, we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. The prize today, Doug, tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater on Saturday, June 1st. That is the prize today for winning the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day on today's version of the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Doug, Brown and Crouppen, they are our title sponsor.
They are. It's a law firm you need to know if you have a potential personal injury case. Brown and Crouppen is a local law firm that is here to serve you. The principals are Terry Crouppen, Andy Crouppen, Ed Herman. They've all been in studio. Wonderful guys. Easy to talk to. If you want a lawyer on your side, you would love to have any one of those three. They've all been highly successful. Brown and Crouppen is one of the largest personal injury firms in the Midwest. It is 44 years old now, founded in St. Louis, 1979, still here, just opened a brand new office down on the hill. Brown and Crouppen, big part of the community, and they value that. They're involved in many charities and community events, and everything from Annie Malone and Sister Strut to Stray Rescue. If you think you may need Brown and Crouppen services, call 314, here's the number, 314-222-2222. That is certainly easy to remember. 314-222-2222, or go to brownandcrouppen.com. Make sure you let them know you heard it here on TMA. They will treat you like gold, and they'll give you a free evaluation. They work on a contingency basis, no upfront cost to you at all. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid. And they've won more than $1 billion in compensation for their clients. This is a law firm to go to if you've been involved in a personal injury case. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
That's Brown and Crouppen, and if you're looking to dip, if you're looking to have a little cookout, if you're looking to get some good taste-ins, that's Andrea's, that delicious barbecue sauce, that delicious steak sauce, and the wonderful steakhouse. Plowboy, can you hear anything about Andrea's?
Well, with the weather unseasonably, let me start again. Well, with the weather,
What kind of edit was that?
in November, you might be thinking about enjoying some barbecue, and if that is the case, check out Andrea's barbecue sauce. I am in love with it, and right now at Schnucks, there is a promotion that is going to be going on through December 26th, and it is the biggest promotional discount of the year, with 70 cents off each steak sauce from Andrea's and $1 off each barbecue sauce and $1 off each salad dressing. And then beginning in December, Dierberg's is going to be carrying an exclusive 3-pack gift set featuring all 3 of Andrea's products, and the history of Andrea's is featured on the back. They're celebrating 45 years of business this month at Andrea's. Andrea's Steakhouse and Andrea's barbecue sauce, salad dressing, and the famous steak sauce. Online at Andreas.com, and now a big sale at Schnucks.
That's my bad.
Doug liked
Hand
it,
up,
though.
Hand up, my bad. That's on me. That's on me. Supposed to edit that out. My apologies.
Yeah. At least he didn't cuss.
Yeah, I mean, it was just him restarting the ad, but that's on me. Nobody else.
Sometimes.
We love Jackson. I didn't care one bit for it. I liked it.
Hey,
I like Doug's reaction.
I don't
to
want any blame going anywhere but me. That's on me. So apologies. And we love Andrea's delicious steak sauce, delicious barbecue sauce. Love going to Steakhouse. Great spot. Shout out to Andrea's. We also have the TMA year-end awards coming up. Doug, Thursday, December 14th, Hot Shots in Webster Groves, 7 p.m. Please bring a new and unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of our good friend, Jay Randolph Jr. Iggy, today is the day where Jay will be featured in the skeleton. Yeah, I'm talking both Iggy and Plowboy.
Great. We couldn't find as much, but I played one this morning because I know a lot of people tune in right before the show, so we played one of him reading some text from the text line, I do believe. It was really funny, and then we got a couple Michael Jordan stories. And
the Jordan story is my favorite.
I think him reacting to the Pocket Aces is also going to be in there as well, so we'll pepper in some. We do play the show right after this. You know, I know everybody loved the skeleton. It has not changed. But we'll start playing it at 1 p.m.
I thought we stopped that.
No,
Replaying the
they need to
show.
change the template so I can just load in a bunch of old day best ofs. But until then, it'll start at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's an update, Doug. Back
I
to
like
the
updates.
studios.
I do enjoy updates.
Oh, remember him tomorrow, the Gobble Bowl. Tomorrow's the 1 year anniversary, so we'll have a little stool at the end of the bar where nobody can sit. We'll have a couple of Budweisers set up for Jay, and just it'll be a fun day.
Yeah, lovely tribute. That's outstanding. Doug, the Blues last night, unfortunate ending against a tough bunch.
No, San Jose's the worst team in the league. They lost their first 11, I think, 11 or 12.
They kept it close. It was a competitive game.
Yeah, well, 5-1 defeat. But San Jose has kind of gotten better. They won 3 of their last 6.
Who played our backup goaltender?
Joel Hofer.
Hofer, yeah.
He started in net. I didn't watch the entirety of the game. I flipped it on after the Mizzou game, and then I went to bed pretty quickly after that. But I woke up and watched the extended highlights of it on the goals. And again, not a hockey guy.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't seem like they were all Hofer's fault. There was there was like a breakaway where it looked like the Blues were about to score. It gets deflected and then immediately flown up the ice, and it was a one-on-one breakaway. Like, I don't know how much Hofer's going to do to stop that. Or Bennington might have been in at that point. I don't know.
This season could be like the carrot and the stick, to where they give you like a few really good games in a row, and then they kind of fall apart as well. Like,
82-game season, you're going to lose
Of
some bad
course.
ones, even to bad teams. It's
I
gonna
think the
happen.
team's going to get our hopes up, but they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
That's
that-
just kind of pro sports.
Right. Yeah.
You beat teams you don't think you're going to, and then you lose to teams you think you're going to
I'm
win.
beating Avalanche 8-2. Probably wasn't on anybody's scorecard.
Right, that's what I'm
there.
saying. Like in Denver, are they panicking because they lost to the Blues 8-2?
No.
Right. So
Curb stomped Tampa Bay.
They're not.
It just happens. Much more in pro sports in college.
Way more.
Rarely in college does the best team lose to the lousy teams.
Matter of fact,
Once in a blue moon, but rarely.
Like we still remember Appalachian State, former home of Eli Drinkwitz, beating Michigan at Michigan. Like we still remember that. That happened so long ago. We don't remember the same things when it comes to pro sports at all. So that's going to happen. One of 82 games, you're going to lose badly to a team that might not be up to standards. But you know what? You regroup.
Yeah.
You still got a little West Coast run, Doug. Who they
Put
got
Hofer
next?
back on the bench.
Yeah, I mean that.
And bring out Benner.
Benner, chicken dinner. The Blues next game, as I'm looking it up.
Kings, I think.
I think they play the Kings tomorrow.
They play the LA Kings tomorrow, Doug. Puck drop at 9:30, so right after the Missouri Tigers take on the Florida Gators.
What time is that game?
What time is the Florida Mizzou game? 6:30 kickoff.
Oh, good.
Yeah, night game.
Gobble will be over.
Gobble Bowl will be over, so you can enjoy Missouri taking on Florida. Billy Napier probably coaching for his job. He's got, well, I don't know about that. He's only in his second year at Florida, but they, as we've talked about before, can switch things around quickly. Missouri senior night.
Are you going to the game?
I'm not. I got first of all, Gobble Bowl. I want to stop by Gobble Bowl and show my support. Also, I have a buddy coming in from Boston this weekend.
Who is this buddy?
He's good people is what he is. I don't have a nickname for him, so I'm not even going to say a name. But he's a good guy, and I don't want to miss out on seeing him. So I won't be going to the game tomorrow night, but the energy will be outstanding.
How
I
do you think?
I think you're going to be there, KG?
Yeah, I'm going.
Hell yeah.
Huh. Where are your
gonna watch
tickets?
Right behind the non-rock end zone.
Non-rock, the south
The
end
south
zone.
end zone.
South end zone, yeah. I'm poor directionally.
Non-rock end zone.
But not poor money-wise. That's where the big dogs sit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little higher up, not downfield level.
Got it.
But
Are you a high-dollar donor?
yeah, I need to talk to Mark Hanna, actually.
I would say so.
Yeah.
It's just good to talk to Mark Hanna.
I hear his communication skills just top-notch.
Well, not like Reagan's.
Well, no, he is the great
No,
communicator.
Ronald Reagan was the great communicator.
Well, KG in O-Town just handed me the rock, and I'm going to run with it a little bit here. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, Plowboy. Can I hear a little something about my guy, Doug's guy, Prod Joe's guy, a number of our listeners' guy? That's Mark Hanna.
Doug, you're going to like this edit.
Okay.
Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies is a wonderful person and also just happens to be a financial advisor. He's online at evergreenstl.com, and you can call 314-889-0503, just like Jackson does, because Jackson You work with Mark Hanna, and you know firsthand how great he is.
Absolutely, Tim. I love working with Mark Hanna. I know when I go into a Mark Hanna meeting that we're going to discuss my financial future, but more so than that, we're going to discuss life. And he's so wise. He's got so much financial wisdom. And the best feature about Mark Hanna is the way he conveys that message to his clients. That's so important. You want somebody like that in your corner when you're dealing with something as important as your financial future. That's why I work with Mark Hanna, and that's why you should work with Mark Hanna.
Yeah, I really, Mark would be the first one to say that it's important to work with a financial advisor, no matter who you work with. Mark says that. But if you are looking for someone, I can tell you from experience that this person cares about not just giving you some stock plan. He is going to care about your life and your goals specific to you. And that is what separates him from a lot of people. Mark Hanna, Evergreen Wealth Strategies, online at evergreenstl.com.
That's Mark Hanna, proud sponsor here of TMA and a proud sponsor of the Tim McKernan Show podcast. We did QFTA yesterday, Doug. That episode was called Daisy Chain during the Georgia game. And so that is out now for your listening pleasure. KG in O-Town, who was here, was on the pod. It was a little threesome, a little trio.
Really?
Yeah. Tim, KG, and I, and it was lovely. It was lovely. We talked about Mizzou, Florida. Any concern levels? Do you have any concern about Mizzou taking on Florida this week?
No.
Do you think they'll maybe
they'll
lay
kill
an egg?
Florida? No.
Look at you.
I think they'll roll over Florida.
Yeah. No, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't really seen them outside like the first quarter against Kentucky just lay an egg, like just come out super flat and be not there. LSU's second half wasn't great, but obviously that's a much better team than we're dealing with in Florida. So no, I'm not concerned personally. Plowhawk, if they lose this game, will you be excited? Will you be? I feel like this year you've shown Mizzou some empathy and some support.
Well, even before the season started, I think I was one of the major...
Your Brady Cook supporter,
which in turn makes the team better, which I said about a 9 or 10 win season, which is what they're on pace for. I just don't like the Eli antics, but I'm not a hater.
You didn't like that he was standing on business?
Yeah, and also
you're a supporter. You're an athletic supporter.
Yeah,
I support athletes and the athletic ability that they provide. But yeah, so I mean, Illinois football is subpar, so it's really hard for me to get on the stand and go.
After that big win,
they have Iowa or Northwestern. I know they finish up with those
they have Iowa.
two.
They have Iowa this week. I look because Iowa, I think, is at home and only laying like 3.5 points.
We'll get if we can get to 7. But remember, we lost that last second game against Wisconsin. There was another bad beat too as well. They're a tough loss late in the game, so it could have been an 8-win Illinois bunch.
But one more win and they're bowl eligible. Yeah,
correct.
One more win, they're bowl. I mean, on Iowa, they're on the road against Iowa this week. 2:30 kickoff, and Iowa's laying 3 points. Is what I'm saying.
They'll lose that game about 5-3.
We won. That was the game I went last year, but it was in Champaign. 7-6, I think it was.
You want the total? The total in that game is
24.5.
31.5. 24.5 would be 4 points lower than the record they just set last week.
Oh, I guess, yeah. I don't know. Illinois put up some points against Indiana.
By the way, they would have. I think they would have cut. Yeah, they would have. They won 22-0, so they would have covered 24.5 under last week. Iowa is unbelievable in the terms of. I mean, I guess the Big Ten West in general offensively is having some issues. Maybe even the Big Ten in general outside of Michigan and Ohio State, because I mean, totals this low are just absolutely insane.
I think Iowa does have the best tradition in college sports.
So waving at the hospital.
Waving to the kids.
Yeah, that's really great.
That's hard to beat. That.
That's really, really cool.
You really want some good offensive output. You just don't see it.
No, you don't go to Iowa for that.
The whole Big Ten, man. It'd be cool if, I don't know, cool is probably the wrong word, but I'd be interested to see like if a situation were to arise where Mizzou played Iowa in the bowl. And what the offense who's been great this year would look like against. I mean, they clearly have a stout defense. They're 7-2.
See, they should have in football. In basketball, they have the ACC Big Ten Challenge and like the SEC and the Big 12 or
SEC Big Ten. Well, last night was the SEC Big Ten.
I think that'd be fun in football to have. Every year one Big Ten team matches up against an SEC team. Obviously, it'd be a slaughter for a lot of it, but. I think little quirky fun things like that. Get rid of the UMasses. And
if everyone just agreed to not play cupcakes.
Just one. Just eliminate one of the cupcakes. You can have one of those little,
But everyone has to agree because then no one's going to do it if it's going to cost them.
But how do you define cupcake? It's different.
Right, like
Murray
James
State
Madison
is
would have been a cupcake.
That's going to
20
be
years ago.
your college designation. We don't play in the SEC. We play in the cupcake division. Who's going to agree to that?
That might be what it comes to, man. Might become a Power 5, one big league, and then everyone else is in the cupcake division.
It could.
And everyone gets to play 2 games against the cupcake division.
Dude,
and the rest is
Tulane
in
would
the Power 5.
dominate football in the cupcake division. They would roll.
I don't know if they would be in the cupcake division.
They may have graduated out of that.
Yeah. We moved on from FCS to FBS to cupcakes and real dogs.
They should do that and relegate teams as well.
Oh, American
Like
sports
Iowa,
needs
like,
relegation so bad.
Gonna get relegated. Illinois was on the cusp.
Relegation would be so great for American sports. But
No, it wouldn't.
Yes,
can't
it
do
would.
Well,
You give people the motivation, and
it makes the season more interesting if you add relegation.
But then it ruins the next year if you get relegated
Yeah,
down. It
don't
just
lose.
Completely destroys it.
Yeah, it would. I mean, it would be such a change of culture in terms of sport, and they would never do it. It's a business that would really hurt their business. It works in Europe because they've started with it before sports were big business, but now it's like there's no way a team would agree to it. But it would be interesting. You couldn't tank. There'd be no more tanking. You couldn't tank unless you wanted to go play in the lower division.
Well, who tanks in college sports?
College never, but pro. It would be much better for pro. College, it wouldn't really work. I guess you can kind of get relegated to the NIT, which will, of course, be coming to St. Louis. Full circle back to Jack.
We can only dream.
Yeah. There is no SEC Big Ten Challenge. SEC plays the ACC. Do some show prep ass. That's from the Big Old Fan.
Oh,
I was under the impression that
awesome.
last night was like an SEC Big Ten Challenge thing, but I could be wrong.
Stop the name calling.
Yeah.
Are you guys hurt when people call you names?
No.
On the text line or the emails?
It gets annoying, but
It
there's a
does?
lot of really nice people on the text line, so you don't want
Look
to
at that.
drag, all of them.
Well, Friday perspective. Real talk, Iowa would suffocate MIZ in a bowl game. It's from Junior the Juice Man.
Suffocate.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched, the only times I watch Iowa is when I have the under. And so I've watched them only a few times. I don't know. I don't know how suffocating it would be. Missouri's got a pretty good defense themselves.
Iowa proves there's no truth to that slogan. Defense wins championships.
Right.
No, you have to score points to win championships.
Yeah, absolutely. Plowsy, I love you. It's from Derry Chewbacca, who's been very critical of me in the basketball talk today. So there's that. Flying back to St. Louis this morning for Thanksgiving. Looking forward to being greeted by a 400-pound airport security guy screaming at my family, picking me up. That's from Hugo Posh. Yeah, that pickup at Lambert can be a little bit difficult.
Oh, just a little bit.
They just get a little mad at you just because you're, trying to pick up.
Move
your family.
along, move it. I just got 2 seconds ago. He's loading the suitcase into the trunk. Move out of here. Don't argue with me. Move. Well, how else are we going to pick him up? He's in a wheelchair. Get him out of here.
It's unbelievable.
That's the treatment you get.
It's a KG in O-Town. His father was kind enough to pick us up after Las Vegas. That was very kind of your father, KG, but we got picked up in that line, and you would have thought we were like in the middle of a crossfire and war when we were trying to put our backpacks into the trunk of the car.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even think my dad stopped the car. We just kind of threw it in as it
Yeah.
rolled by.
It's like a NASCAR pit stop.
For real.
That would
Like
be
you
hilarious.
have to throw everything in there and jump in as fast as humanly possible.
And there must have
Just
been,
a slow and go.
there had to have been like, what, 1 or 2 other cars there? So I can see what they were.
Right. Well, you got to keep it going. Got to keep it moving.
Well, they are dumping, I don't know if it's $1 billion or a
it's
lot of
a
money
lot more
into
than-
redoing
yeah.
the airport.
I'm excited for that.
Thankfully, yeah. Because if any airport in the country needs redoing, it's ours.
What if they do none of the airport, but they just hire like 100,000 more security guard to speed up traffic on the
Just to yell at you, berate you. As soon as you get off 70, they start yelling at you.
Dude, when you have to let people in because some people just cut you off, so you're waiting there just to let somebody in, and they're yelling at you. It's like, dude, I've already got my passenger.
Yeah.
Like we're going. I have a Range Rover in front of me.
How
I
would you
can't
like
do
to have
anything.
that job?
I bet it'd be fun as hell.
I don't know if you have to go to the police academy or something to get that?
Get what job?
No, you have to be
To
kicked.
move people along at the
Oh,
airport?
is that even TSA or is that just airport security?
I don't know. I'm
Oh,
not
you
don't
should
think
get
it's
to yell at
TSA.
people with no consequence, and that kind of sounds
You
really
have to be
fun.
kicked out of the police force to get that job, I think.
I don't know.
That's the only applicants they'll take.
Wow.
I think I'd rather do that than walk the streets of St. Louis.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Casey.
Hi.
Casey's here. Casey's here.
Ours is the type of show where friends feel they can drop in at any time.
What's up, Casey?
Love it. Where do you want me?
Right there.
I'll steal Iggy's spot for a second.
I must have missed this on a captain's log.
No, don't do all that.
He's like,
So Tim's
perfect.
off today.
Tim is off
Yes,
today, yes.
Sure. Yeah.
You
Well,
disappointed?
Yeah, sorry.
We are just like a
No.
second, third-rate crew now.
No,
so.
he's my least favorite person out of all you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Welcome to the JV squad.
I talked to him the other day, and he told me to run in here today because Remy and I are doing a Radiothon style fundraiser. So we're on air 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. raising money for Got Your Six support dogs in Maryville, Illinois. Do you guys know what that is?
Plowboy is
No,
probably
of
very
course.
passionate about that. He's a big dog guy.
Yeah, so Got Your Six, they raise, train, and provide PTSD support dogs to veterans without any cost to the veteran. And today our goal is $25,000.
Awesome.
Okay, really awesome.
Yeah, ton of money. We did it last year. Your listeners were a huge part of
Yes, I
that
remember
last
that.
year.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we
That
were
was great.
so grateful. And so when Tim and I were talking about it, he told me to just run in today and remind everybody. And so far, I think we're at like 5,000, and we've only been here an hour and a half. So
And
it's
how do you
going
donate?
really well.
Do you call in or their website?
At 923wil.com or on our Facebook page or Instagrams where you can find the link. And honestly, any link that has a picture of a dog with it, that's probably the one. Or that'll lead to it.
Okay, so listeners can donate, help out, call in, all that good stuff.
And we're also doing like song requests, any song, as long as it's okay for air, for $50. Small business shout outs for $100. Or Remy and I will make a video about your small business for $500 if you want to. And that'll live on our Facebook page and our Instagram where all of our followers are.
Super awesome. That is outstanding.
no.
I thought you were already gone getting coffee.
What we all love Remy. What if they want you to do their commercial for them?
Oh, they can say that in there. I'll do it for them.
Okay, there
That's
you go.
okay. Yeah, Remy has been doing most of them. He's the one that really drives the bus there.
I just shared it onto my Facebook, but I think I'm going to try to do the TMA page as well. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Plowhawk. That is great. And this goes till 6 p.m. tonight?
This goes till 6 p.m. tonight, and we're going to be here probably tweaking out by then.
I can imagine.
That's a lot of talking.
It's a lot of talking. It's a lot of hours. But, we talk much less than you guys do because we play so many songs and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
You know
we do a
how
lot
it
of
goes.
gabbing over here.
So Marty gets the day off.
Marty gets the day off.
Nice.
Lucky for him. We do a good deed. He gets the day off.
That doesn't seem fair.
You know, if you need me to come down there and fill in, I'll come in from you.
You know what? You stop by anytime.
Are you
Iggy's
gonna
ready to
that's
tap
open
in.
in
He's
the
ready
day.
to tap in.
I've turned down today. Riz wanted me to come in and promote Gobble Bowl. I said, here, just talk about this.
Wow.
Have you been on air with us yet? Because don't you have a goal to be on every station?
Yeah, I haven't been on with you or Courtney yet.
Well, no, this seems like an opportunity.
Yeah, now's your time.
Those are the only two.
You can come anytime.
Yeah, I'll bop down for a little bit.
Bop down.
That's
Iggy
down.
wants to be on any show but this one.
I know.
Yeah, I
I
spend
could
more
see
time
that.
off this show.
So one more time, how can listeners donate to this?
To donate to One Pet, One Vet, which benefits Got Your Six in Maryville, Illinois, you can go to 923wil.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank
Casey.
you guys.
Thank you.
Have a
Good
fun
luck.
day.
It looks
Hey,
like you
thanks
just got
so
a
much.
$500 donation.
Stop it. That's why I knew I had to come over here because your listeners are the best out of
Yeah.
everybody's.
They're very
you,
well
Casey.
healed.
Yeah, they're
Almost
wealthy
all
for
of
sure,
us.
Doug. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Casey.
thanks, guys.
Thank you, Casey.
What a great cause.
Outstanding. That is a great cause.
Have you
I remember.
seen those dogs? Like, they can help see. Like, it is crazy
What
what
do they
you
do?
can train dog to do.
We talked about service dogs yesterday and not petting them.
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
Full
It's
circle
hard.
again. Full circles left and right here, Doug. Doug, we got the phone line. KG is caller still on the line?
Yes, sir.
All right, we have female caller. Caller Ellen is on the phone line.
Oh, she got to be talking about Brazilians, right?
on the morning after. Hi, Ellen.
Oh, no.
Yeah, be shocked.
Caller Ellen's going to stay out of the wax talk.
Well, what's up?
Hi, gents.
Hey.
So I need to off-ramp a little bit and talk to Jackson. And I am going to Los Angeles in February.
Nice.
And I am determined to see a couple of NBA games. And so I need to ask you, am I going, is it obvious that I'm going to go Nuggets Lakers? Is that just obvious?
That would be one. If that's the premier matchup for the window you'll be out there, that would be a great game. You get to see MVP level players left and right. Yeah, get a chance. Have you ever seen LeBron in person?
Reason, I want to see the Clippers because I feel like it's going to be like train wreck TV, and I sort of want to see it.
Yeah, they're going through a rough patch.
Golden State Clippers would be really great to see.
Yeah, if you can get LeBron and Steph Curry in one foul swoop, in 2 separate nights, that's a pretty good trip, if you ask me.
Yeah, and obviously, if I could see not all these. I'm sort of amazed at how, I guess because they're sharing with the Clippers, it's which makes my life easier. But yes, for now.
How much are you willing to pay for NBA tickets?
I honestly haven't looked at the price. I will say, I'm not going to say whatever it takes, but I'll pay a lot, Doug, because I know it's like a one-off experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. It's not like we have it here.
I'm sure they're a couple $100, aren't they?
In LA, especially.
My limit would be $700.
Oh, gosh.
For 1 or 2 tickets,
One.
Okay. Well, you'd be able to get into a lot of games with that. Like, you'd be able to find whatever game I would think you'd want for
Warriors
that
and Nuggets are going to probably drive the price up a little bit, but there'll still be seats. And yeah, if that's your limit, you'll get in for under that.
Yeah, I want good seats because I did have the very lucky opportunity to see like Magic and Kareem back in the day.
Wow.
But we were way up in the rafters in the Forum, and so it would be. I mean, I know I can't get like courtside, but it would just be so fun to really be down as close to the floor as possible.
Absolutely, get to see those guys up close.
I just wanted to check with like in other words, if the days I'm there, like I'm stuck with the Pelicans, like is that just like oh crap?
Why do you hate Zion Williamson?
Yeah, I don't hate Zion. I'm just asking you. I'm just like you don't want it to be like a waste either. But
Brandon Ingram returns to LA. It sounds lovely to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why you'd want to diss him? I don't know, frankly.
I'm not
Willie
trying
Green
to
doesn't
diss
do it for you?
anybody. I just want to see like people who are totally interesting and who are going to maybe stand the test of time.
So you're not going just to see LeBron. You want to see other players too.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see LeBron, but I don't. He isn't my main goal. I mean, and also I have to factor in the whole load management thing and all that stuff. So you have to kind of factor in that you may not see who you think you're going to see. So
they limit that this year. They put in some rules to curtail some of that. So we've seen, and it's yielded some good results because we're seeing more players play. But it's to see the Nuggets. You get to see last year's champs, and if you get to see the Warriors against the Clippers, maybe Kobe Brown gets some minutes. Demoy Hodge.
Well, and you know what? You're right, you guys. I don't have to. I mean, it will cost me probably about $700 to get a really good ticket, but boy, they're going up to $1,000.
But if you go to Golden State, you kind of get to see the Steph Curry shoot-around routine. That's always entertaining.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, get there early. That's what.
I mean, you got to get there. If you're paying $700, I get there early as hell just to get my money's worth.
And you probably see a lot of celebrities too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I wish I cared about that more, but I don't.
You see Joshua.
Yeah.
Joshua.
Out of town supporting Josh.
Well, Jackson, that's what I just need to know. Are there any outlier teams that are like, hey, keep an eye on them because nobody thought 2 years ago that Denver was going to be Denver, and now it's Denver. And so,
Yeah, but they had an MVP on their team. So
they did.
Yeah.
Jokic.
The Thunder are fun. Oh, no. Thunder.
That's right. Shea Gilgeous.
Yeah.
Now, I will do this, Ellen. I can't promise anything because I don't know what his access is. But if you go to a game where, if you happen to be there when they're playing the Grizzlies, my good friend Rob Fisher does their pre- and post-game show. And I
remember listening to Rob Fisher back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know if he has access to tickets for the visitors, but I can reach out. But I don't know if they're in town when you're there.
I'm sort of mad myself that I haven't just shot on over to Indiana or down to Memphis.
Doing that this year. I'm going to, me and my brother are going to see Memphis take on the Knicks in Memphis in January.
Oh my gosh, that's fun.
Yep, John will be back from suspension.
Will be back by then?
Yep. Saw John last year in Indianapolis. That's if you love the NBA, you should make the trip.
Why don't you all go together and just make a swingers party out of it?
Oh, Doug.
Minus the swingers party, I would be happy to ride in the car with Jackson.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. Love going to see Hoop Rock.
Right.
She doesn't want to share you with anybody.
Even if she's not into swinging, you'd still go, Jackson?
If it means I get to see John Morant.
Swing with somebody who's his mother's age.
Oh,
Doug.
okay.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of the theme of the show, so I thought I'd toss
I
that in there.
appreciate that. I appreciate that, but that's not my particular bailiwick, shall we say. Well, I appreciate you talking hoops with me. Hoop
Anytime.
rock, as you say. I sound so dumb. I said hoop rock to my nephew, and he just said, please never say that again.
Nice. Yeah, it's really for the old, but we're old souls here.
Yeah, it's
so
very
I
niche.
will accept
It
it.
was
Extremely
really
niche.
funny. He was like, you really can't say that anymore. Don't ever say that in public.
Keep saying it, Ellen. Be proud.
Thanks, Betty. All right. I'll let you know, not everybody, but I'll let you know what I end up doing.
Sounds
All right,
good.
thank you, LZ.
If you
Good
aren't
luck
bu-
with the swinging.
If you aren't busy tomorrow, come on up to Gabble. We'll hang out for a bit.
I hung up on her.
She's off
Okay. That's great. Oh, she's not coming anyway.
The texts were amazing. Ellen
They were
always does
certainly
good though.
not supportive, but
Why?
They're so good.
they're never supportive when Ellen calls in. Then when she talks NBA hoops to me, that's just like you've hit the lottery in terms of hate texts you're going to get. I won't read them all, but B Money asks, Ellen, what's the toe ring situation? B, you hit that cake too. B, shout out Manchild. That's B Money. Hey, Ellen, you want a good seat. How about checking out the kitchen? I hear they have great
They want her to
seats.
stay in the kitchen?
That was from
Oh, there's a
Conclusion, the
lot of-
stripper.
yeah.
Call a travel agent. Now back to the kitchen. Make me a cheese sandwich. Mixer
Worst call in the show's
63011.
history.
Worst call in the history of
Well,
the
you
show.
go to
James
SeatGeek
Celia.
or StubHub. You can find tickets.
Just calling Ellen. Just
So
call
this is
her
the show,
Ellen. Huh? Just call her Ellen. Remind anyone else of Jerry from Succession. Is this real? Look at Google and the schedule. What is wrong with this woman? That's from Ken's Wedding Toast.
They were begging for an Iggy hijack, which when you're doing that,
Yeah,
She
there
was just
was.
asking for some advice.
There was multiple people wanting you to just take over.
this is
The good friend Rob Fisher that got people going as well.
Why?
'Cause I
I work
remember you
with-
did that thing with me last year too with the
Yeah,
Pacers
well,
game.
in Memphis, he could take care of you.
I'm going to Memphis this year.
Well, let me know and I'll ask him. I don't know if he has access to tickets when they're on the road.
I don't necessarily want tickets. Me and my brother can handle tickets, but maybe if we can get some passes to be on the court for pregame.
On the court?
Yeah, well, not on the court, but around the side where you can kind of stand and watch them.
I'll talk to him.
Watch that. The warm-ups to me are just as interesting as anything, but I'm a real nerd when it comes to the sport.
Gosh.
I just like to see how these guys get ready for a game.
I just try to be friendly. Whatever they bitching at me because I offer to help her out.
I think the Doug.
I think it was the good friend part.
Well, he is a good friend. I worked with him at KSP, then I worked with him at KFNS for like 7 years.
But that was like 20 years ago.
And I just saw him for Jay's Memorial.
Oh, did you?
And we talked for like 2 hours. So you don't forget somebody just because you don't get to hang out with them anymore.
Less phone calls, more extreme couponing, Ellen. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener.
Yeah, they are dragging.
Extreme couponing.
Have you seen the stories of people who walk in with an entire purse full of coupons? They buy 3 carts full of groceries and it costs them $12.
Yeah, I've seen TikToks where someone brings in like a booklet of coupons. And
Do you
leaves
have
with
the balls?
So much.
Yeah, I'm always
to
behind
not
that
only
person,
hold up
too.
a line, but to hold that register lady hostage because she's scanning coupon after loading it and
I
bagging
guess
it.
if you could save $100 or so.
Yeah, I would
guess.
do. I would.
Well, now I
would
would,
inconvenience everybody. Is that worse than the person at the gas station buying a
Lotto
ridiculous
tickets.
amount of lottery tickets while you're just trying to buy a
Oh,
Coke
yeah.
or
It's not
something?
the buying of the lottery ticket; it's the cashing in first.
Yeah, that takes a while.
They have to do it at the machine, and then can I get
Keep
a
buying
4
them.
pick 6 in? Can I get
Right.
a 4 or 5? And I'm like,
Never won a thing in my life. And I don't have much money, but here's another $50.
yeah, here's 50 of my money. I'm actually gonna take the other 50 that I have and go to the. We literally the gas station I love, the Conoco by me. It's fantastic, family owned and operated. There's gaming machines. You go in there all the time. People are just.
I wonder if our little show should start maybe an extreme couponing coffee clutch.
like what was that? Wasn't there the game show? Pablo, you might know this because you're a game show guy. Wasn't the grocery store challenge
Oh,
or
yeah,
something?
like-
There was supermarket sweep
Supermarket
bags.
That's what it
sweeps,
was.
yeah.
Thank you, KG.
And you would get like a minute to go and get as much food as you can. I forgot what the concept and how you won.
Yeah, the Bundys did that on Married with Children.
Yeah,
That was a great episode.
man. Yeah, those were classics. I really miss the days where those shows still were being made and.
They could redo so many of those shows and put them on TV that used to, like Pinbusters, Bowling for Dollars, Supermarket Sweep. You know, put them on Channel 11. I mean, the crap they're replaying on there, do some live programming, local programming.
Well, it's expensive to do that.
Did you see what Netflix
Well,
has
so
been
what? You
doing
got
with their
to
shows?
spend money to make money.
They just don't even bring them back. There's no show that, like, I can't invest in a show on Netflix or a lot of shows anymore unless I know for sure there aren't going to be a season 2 and 3. I've never, like, now lately, like, shows wait 3 years to release a season, and that's super annoying for me.
I feel like you're alluding to Mindhunter.
Well, that started it, but there's a lot of shows since. But Mindhunter is a great example of
one of the biggest
one of the
travesties.
biggest mistakes because they could have gone 5 seasons with material they could have had. Oh my God!
It's a real shame, is what it is. Jackson, or I'm sorry, the person at Walgreens that rolls up to the counter with a cart full of goods is worse. That's from Doug's work husband.
I had it yesterday.
Someone
of course,
at
I had a lot
Walgreens.
too. I'm the one that was guilty. There was a lady in front of me that had it quite a bit, but I had to go. I had stuff I needed for the apartment. My broom broke, so I needed a new broom. I needed garbage bags. I needed mouthwash. I needed a mouth rinse. I needed deodorant. I needed shampoo. I needed soap. I had a whole cart of there. Now, usually when I go to Walgreens, it's like 2 things, maybe deodorant or maybe some toothpaste. I had everything I had to buy yesterday, and I felt so bad.
She's stronger than grandmother's breath.
There was two guys behind me with like 2 things, and I said, no, if I say go in front of me, go in front of me. Everybody that gets behind me, I'm going to say go in front of me.
Sounds like he had more of a Target run than a Walgreens.
Yeah, that seems like a Target
Walgreens was
play.
close to me, so that's what I went.
That's fair enough. Mosaic is extreme couponing this offseason. Probably won't get anything, but he's holding up the line behind him. That's from the South City Hoosier aficionado. Yeah, I kind of want to get into some of that because there's some news is the wrong word, but some inklings of things that could happen, whether it be on Lars Nootbaar's Instagram or what the Cubs want to be doing. We'll get into that in the next segment. I guess it's 8:01, so I'll close out the Munganast 7 o'clock hour. But before I do that, Doug, we got a new sponsor on board. They're serving dog treats. It's wonderful, wonderful people, brothers who I know, and they're great people. That's Naturals.
Right. If you have a dog, you need to know about this. It's a new company called Naturals. Gnaw like what a dog would gnaw on. I'm holding up to the YouTube camera now. That's what the packaging looks like. Here's just one of the fabulous treats.
Boy, that's a handsome treat.
Doesn't that look like something a human might want to buy?
Yeah, it looks like a toy almost. It's so shiny and nice looking.
And dogs just absolutely love it. Dora goes nuts over these. And Dora's very picky, very, very picky. It's the holiday season approaches now. Time to start shopping for your loved one. And don't forget your dogs. Naturals is a locally owned family business founded by 2 dedicated TMA listeners, one of whom used to babysit Jackson. They said you weren't that well behaved.
That's right.
But I guess they got you through it. They got you through it. Naturals carries a lineup of limited ingredient dental chews, 100% rawhide free options, and mouth-watering oven-baked cookies. Your dog would love a cookie, but keep your walrus hands off. These are exclusively for the dogs. It's going to look like you're going to want to bite into it. Don't do it. Your pup's tail will be wagging with excitement after tasting flavors like real peanut butter, chicken, and pumpkin. Trust me, your dog will be begging for more, just like my own dog, Dora, who I sometimes call Karen because she's so finicky and prissy. But these treats, loves them. Discounted variety packs are also available for your pup, so you can enjoy all the flavors delivered right to your door. And here's a treat for our listeners. Use the code TMA at naturals.com for an exclusive 15% off, plus free shipping on orders of $30 or more. That's naturals.com. Here's how you spell naturals. GNAWTURALS.com. Outrageously tasty, easily digested. It's delicious by nature. That's Naturals.
That's Naturals, a new sponsor here on The Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. We're going to close our Munganast 7 o'clock hour. Get involved for the rest of the presentation on the EDF Group text inbox. That's 314-881-TMA5. Or you can call in like caller Ellen did, 636-904-TMA. We'll have the drops of the week. Lisa Ann at 9:05, Design Air Heating and Cooling. Email a day with tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater on Saturday, June 1st as our prize today. That's going to shut down this Munganast 7 o'clock hour. You are listening to The Morning After, presented by Brown and Crouppen, live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I get asked all the time by people, if I'm in an accident, what should I do? And while yes, you should call the police, exchange insurance information, and take pictures of the scene, all those things are important. But the most important thing you need to do is hire a personal injury lawyer. This is Doug Biggs from Longo Biggs Injury Law. And if you've been hurt by someone else's negligence, don't take on the insurance company yourself. Insurance companies have teams of people and a playbook designed to keep you running in circles so they can pay you as little money as possible for your accident claim.
If you don't have a lawyer, they know you can't bring your claim to court, and they will never give you full value. We recently took an offer from an insurance company without a lawyer on the case from $12,000 to $200,000. You can't get that kind of result without an attorney on your case. Even if you don't hire us, you need to hire a personal injury attorney. Check us out online at longobigs.com.
The Brown and Crouppen Morning After will be hosting the End of the Year Awards to celebrate TMA fans December 14th at Hot Shots in Webster. Best Texter, Best Caller, Best Emailer, or Listener of the Year, or maybe Best Cuck Story of the Year, or Most Perverted Fake Story of the Year, or whatever else we can come up with. Who should win? Who will win? Who gives a crap? Bring a new unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of Jay Randolph Jr., and you'll get in for free. The End of the Year Awards. Brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
Hey, this is Joe Buck. We all have people we miss and who we would do anything to see or hear again. Whenever I want to hear my dad's voice, all I have to do is go to YouTube, but most people don't have that luxury. Now with Sound Story, your family's stories can be saved forever. Sound Story is a professionally produced hour-long conversation in which you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by the host of your choice, including TMA's own Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Jackson Burkett. Hundreds of St. Louisans have already told their stories with Sound Story, and the experience is one they loved.
I think everybody that can do it, they should, for their children, for their grandchildren, because I know I would give anything to hear my parents' voice.
Visit mysoundstory.com today and use promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. That's mysoundstory.com. Promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. Sound Story. For you, for them, forever.
The Brown and Crouppen Morning After will be hosting the End of the Year Awards to celebrate TMA fans December 14th at Hot Shots in Webster. Best Texter, Best Caller, Best Emailer, or Listener of the Year, or maybe Best Cuck Story of the Year, or Most Perverted Fake Story of the Year, or whatever else we can come up with. Who should win? Who will win? Who gives a crap? Bring a new unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of Jay Randolph Jr., and you'll get in for free. The End of the Year Awards. Brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Find out more at TMASTL.com.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or email info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com.
What are you doing later? You want to have a party and let us cater it around the holidays for your family or coworkers? That'd be cool. Or maybe you love someone that doesn't live in town and you want to ship them a brisket. You can do all that stuff from our website, saltandsmokebarbecue.com. We also sell Salt and Smoke embroidered dickies there for all your fashion needs around the high holidays. Anyway, hope to see you soon. Stay cute.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
The Morning After has your chance to win tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish. Collective Soul. Edwin McCain. On the Summer Camp with Trucks Tour, Saturday, June 1st, 2024 at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Open up your TMA mobile app and enter keyword Hootie to win. That's keyword Hootie on your TMA mobile app.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN, HD1 by the way. It's Sports Talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app.
I mean, what the hell is going on? It's the morning after.
KPNT-FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
I'm going to let this breathe for a second.
There's so many good pirate puns in one song.
Is this a legitimate song or just somebody goofing around?
The latter.
It's a real song. Okay, yeah, wonderful music. Wonderful, wonderful music. Highbrow, sophisticated. What do you think Bach
Welcome
and Mozart
back.
would think about the music of the 21st century when they heard that?
They couldn't wear any of the clothing here anyway. So they'd probably be pretty shocked about the outcome. Nonetheless, fantastic.
Yeah. This is The Morning After, presented by Brown Crouppen from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Feel free to get involved in the EDF Group text inbox. That's 314-881-TMA5. Call in, talk to KG in O-Town, who's currently in my booth, which has now been renamed the Seckman Fox C6 School District Studios. It's 636-904-TMA. Get involved, talk it over with us. We're hot, and we're ready for your takes. And you know who else is hot and ready for takes? Who? Plowsy. I was going to throw to a read there, but that would probably... But, Munganast, when you go into, you get your car serviced, it's like, man, this is what a hot experience, because they're great people over there at Munganast. Plowboy can't hear about Munganast.
Yeah, great.
Munganast, St. Louis Acura, Munganast Burkhardt, Alton Toyota, the official automotive provider of TMA, The Tim McKernan Show, and the presenting sponsor of Balloon Party online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. And on top of that, not only do they want you to do business with them, they want you to feel comfortable doing business with them, so they give out a number that is only for our listeners, so you can text or call with questions or requests you may have. It is the secret number, and the secret number is as follows: 314-252-0029. That's 314-252-0029. And now you're dealing with the people we deal with: Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganast, Ryan Seiberg in the service department. Even if you didn't need your car from Munganast, get it serviced at Munganast with their incredible service department, or just go online and check out their selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. It's Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Munganast Burkhardt, Alton Toyota.
That's Munganast, and we talked about yesterday that the weather is really nice. It's warm at the moment. Next week for Thanksgiving,
starts plummeting today.
It's gonna start getting real cold. Get that furnace tuned up now. Don't wait when it's cold. Call up Design Air Heating and Cooling. Plowsy, a little bit about Design Air.
Design Air Heating and Cooling is the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. They're online at designairservice.com. And yeah, I know it's warm right now, but it's inevitably going to cool down, and your furnace is going to be working overtime. So when that happens, you want to make sure it's working. Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling says, get that furnace tuned up, and do so very easily, very quickly, by going to designairservice.com and clicking on the Book Now tab. I had it done last month. Incredibly easy.
They were in, they were out, and now we have peace of mind for the winter months. It's all at Design Air Heating and Cooling. Online at designairservice.com, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. Doug Vaughn is a client. I am a client. And once you work with Design Air, you will be a client as well. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
We still have our windows open right now.
Really?
Have you?
A little chilly.
Cracked, but still open.
No matter what happens over the next month or so, we have no room to complain. We've had maybe the best fall weather that I think I could ever remember here.
We'll complain.
Yeah, my Ameren bill is $225 less than the 3-month average that I had prior.
Really?
So it is nice.
And mine was $52 this month.
We had just a couple of cold days. We had a cold Halloween and a cold Saturday about a month and a half ago. And other than that, it's just been picture perfect. Just incredibly nice weather.
Sorry, Phil. Sorry.
What are you doing?
I was texting Bill real quick.
Bill. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Apologies about that.
Were you always saying nice hole?
I told them, yeah, wonderful hole, and all is good.
If I can get this out of the way, because the last time I talk about Gobble Bowl, so people will be happy that I stopped talking about it. But it is tomorrow. And I gave Jackson, it took me a while. Jackson had to run me through it because I couldn't save the file yesterday on my computer. But Jackson printed out all the raffle items for me. So you got to look at them, I guess, if you peruse through them.
I took a brief look.
Yeah, a lot of good raffle items. Not just the giveaways, Cardinal giveaways, like we have jerseys and bobbleheads and rings, stuff like that. But this is raffle. This is an auction. Raffle. Mike Ruzioni signed USA hockey jersey.
That's a staple. It's a staple.
Signed by Mike Ruzioni with Miracle on Ice, 80. Dinner for 4. 4-course dinner for 4 with wine pairing, Olive and Oak.
Wine pairing. Now, who does that?
You get a different wine with each course, so you can taste the different wines.
Does a recovering alcoholic from Belleville decide on what the wine is?
Or the chef.
Oh.
Or the sommelier.
They have a sommelier.
I don't think so, but the chef probably says this. We're going to try this wine with this dish, but you get different wines, and you get 4 courses for $4. That's like an $800 value.
Oh.
We have a women's watch from the Diamond Connection. We have a smart watch from the Diamond Shop in Clayton. That's like 4 of 80 that we have. Auction items. Luther Burden signed Mizzou poster, framed. I just got one yesterday from the last one from my friend Larry Murray at After the Game Inc. Remember, Doug, was it 67 was the first $1 million payroll? The Cardinals had the first $1 million payroll in baseball.
I remember that famous picture where they're seated by the locker.
Whether
that totaled $1 million or not, I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Gibson
the first $1 million. I've got that signed by Red Cheney's.
Wow.
Lou Brock.
The redhead.
Lou Brock. Bob Gibson. Mike Shannon. Tim McCarver. Unfortunately, all have passed away.
68.
I think that whole team is probably gone, except for maybe Javier and Maxwell.
Javier and Maxwell are on there as well, signed. Not signed by Roger Maris, unfortunately, but signed by all of them. So that is one of the auction items, along with the Kenny Loggins guitar, autographed. And one of my favorite items, a Jeff Burton bobblehead, which was given to me, and I said I'm just going to donate it, signed by the entire 105.7 The Point staff.
Super
all the
cool.
on-air people.
Super cool.
So all of that going on with probably about $2,000 worth of booze. Biff, again, for like the 4 straight years, donating the wheelbarrow. Unfortunately, I told him to show up at 10 so we can put the booze in the barrel. He usually shows up about 1. People are bowling and there's booze laying all over the floor.
Oh.
So, but I can't bitch at him because he donates the barrel. But all kinds of good stuff. Just come hang out. Bowling sold out. Did have one team back out but didn't tell me. I saw a guy on Facebook last night begging for bowlers because he inherited a team because his team quit. Can't bowl and he needs bowlers, and I wish they'd have called me because I got a waiting list for teams that want to bowl. But anyway, come on out tomorrow. Festivities should start about 11:30. Cave Springs Lanes. Just buy some tickets and bid on some auction items. Hang out with us, eat, drink. I'll have a beer with you, and just have a good fun day. So come on out tomorrow.
Absolutely. Gobble Bowl is a wonderful time. We got back-to-back supportive texts for Iggy. F the Iggy haters. The amount of time, energy, and love he invests in this annual event never ceases to amaze me. He's a good man. That's from Brian Henshin, Indianapolis Star columnist. And then the Hunchback of Von Castle said, Iggy, never apologize for talking about Gobble Bowl. You are supporting a great cause. Do your thing, Igg, said Hunchback of Von Castle. So back-to-back people.
Thank you. It's not...
Have you found some détente now with Henshin?
Ooh.
Oh, Henshin and I are buddies. He knows I just kid him.
Oh.
Yeah, I do the easy part. I mean, I'm fortunate that a lot of people love this foundation. And I'm fortunate that I have a lot of friends that always say yes when I ask. That's the easy part. The hard part is what Tina and Kate and Jordan and the volunteers do. I mean, they got to get there. They got to help set up the table. They got to set up the reservation. They got to check in 160 bowlers. They got to sell like 100,000 raffle tickets, if not more, tear all those up, tabulate the scores in the computer. They do all the hard work. So it's not just me. The foundation works their ass off. So, but it's all for a good cause, and it's a fun day. It's one of those days where we'll make a lot of money, but we all just hang out and laugh and have fun.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time.
So Andy Hanselman's going to be on the mic. I said, he usually fills in when I got to go smoke. I say, hey, just get on the mic. But I said, this year, I need to do more mingling. So I'm going to let Andy do a lot of the giveaways, and I'm just going to walk around.
Just show yourself off a little bit?
I'm sure there's a lot of pictures. I'll bring my new headshots. I'm sure there's a lot of pictures.
Bring your headshots.
Glossies.
You're going to hand out pictures of yourself?
If they ask, I'll have my glossies with me. So if anybody wants to sign pictures.
Who asked for a glossy?
Well, about 10 of them last year.
Oh, they don't.
There was. And people want to take pictures.
Say,
I want to take
"Please,
pictures.
may I have
They said, did you bring any
glossies?"
glossies? I go, yeah, I got some. Can I get one? And then I signed one, and then other people saw it. Oh, I need one. So, yeah, I'll sign for anybody. That's not on the auction. I should put that on the auction item. Signed Iggy.
So humble. So for being such a mega superstar, so very humble.
Extremely.
If they want it, they get it. I don't offer it. I'll say, hey, who wants a picture? If they want a picture, I'll give it to them.
Yeah, no doubt. Doug, I kind of teased this going into our break at the end of the Munganess 7 o'clock hour. I wouldn't call it news in terms of Major League Baseball free agency, but some inklings. First, and this is like the actual news, I guess, the Cubs, this is from Jesse Rogers of ESPN, Cubs eyeing second chance to sign Shohei Ohtani. They are looking to, it is pretty clear he wanted to do both hitting and pitching, and DHing was the best option for him. The Cubs' president of baseball operations, Jed Hoyer, said last week at GM meetings, as good as the meeting with him went, we always knew it was going to be an uphill climb. The Cubs were one of the 7 finalists for Ohtani's services back in 2017, and now one of 2 now located on the West Coast. At the time, Chicago was in the middle of the winning window after the 3 straight NLCSs and taking home a World Series in 2016. Ohtani, now the biggest free agency in the history of the sport, is deciding where he wants to play next, and the Cubs are again interested in courting him, according to sources familiar with the situation. So the Cubs want to go all in and get Shohei Ohtani.
Biggest free agent in the history of the sport?
Probably since A-Rod, when he was the first guy to sign a 10-year $250.
First thing that popped in my mind, I don't know if Harper is... I mean, this is so unique because he does both pitch and hit at a elite level. So this is this is new ground, essentially.
You would think he'd get double. I mean, if you're going to be one of the best hitters in their lineup and one of the best pitchers in their lineup, and if he was just a pitcher who had his record, he'd probably sign for $35-40 million.
Well,
if he's a hitter, he'd probably sign $30-40 million.
Well, I mean, his projected salary, like the total of it, is like more than almost $500 million, if not more.
And he's not pitching next year.
Yeah.
Right, but he's hoping to, I guess, pitch.
I think I would take a pass on that. It's just too much for one guy. I don't care who the guy is. It's too much for one guy. You can't win it all with one guy in baseball.
You hamstring.
We saw that with the Angels. What did the Angels win while he was there?
You hamstring yourself for any other players you may need.
They also had another top 5 player in the game on the team. What'd they do? Nothing.
There's a lot.
You have to have pitching and lots of it.
There's a lot to like about him signing with the Cubs, though, too. You get to see him a lot. He's in your division.
Yeah,
I do like the division more difficult, and also it'll mean the Cardinals will really have to ramp it up. I mean, I know they don't listen to the fans. I completely understand that, but the opposite of your rival, who already were competitive in the division last year, you were 20 games out, signed the best player in free agency, and you're going to go out and get a Walker or a Bauer.
Yeah,
that may change when that happens.
Too.
Yeah.
I did see where Jordan Montgomery. So there's 3 teams he wants to go to, and the Cardinals are one of them. I think it was Cardinals, Texas, and did we trade him to Toronto?
Jordan Montgomery?
No.
Texas.
Yeah,
Because
New
he picked
York.
3 teams what he played with. And the
He came from the Yankees.
Yeah, but the Yankees weren't one of the teams, but he said he wanted to play for the 3 teams he pitched for
I think he
last year.
started with Toronto.
But those are the only 3 teams. He said these are the 3 teams I'd like to be signed by.
Oh, Texas is going to re-sign him.
No, I'm sorry. He never played for he's only played for Texas, the Cardinals, and New York Rangers.
Oh.
Or New York Yankees.
Yeah, because he said these are the 3 teams, and then somebody said the 3 teams he's pitched for. And I didn't see I don't believe I saw the Yankees on there, so I don't. Why would he want to go sign with the Yankees when they said he's not good enough to make our postseason roster?
Well, I don't know if anyone's signing with the Yankees. If you saw that leaked quote from Cashman about Giancarlo Stanton because the reason why I brought up because Stanton has the same agent as Yamamoto, and so people were wondering, will Yamamoto go to the Yankees? And they had Cashman saying something about to Giancarlo Stanton. Well, what? We don't focus about him in the roster. He's going to get hurt anyways. Something like that. And it's like,
Oh, really?
And so Stanton agent came out and said, representative came out and said, yeah, this is why nobody wants to sign with the Yankees. So I don't know if anyone really want to sign with the Yankees right now. They may make some major moves. Cashman ain't it. And he just called out, one of their highest paid players.
The guy the Cardinals wanted. We all wanted the Cardinals to get him.
Yeah, I was one of them too that wouldn't mind having him. So,
Well, we wanted Yelich too. We ended up taking the 3rd guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Was Yelich?
He had a good year with the Cardinals when he's here.
Yeah, I don't know if Yelich was available at the time when they got Ozuna.
No, he wasn't. That's who they wanted.
I think everyone, yeah.
But they needed somebody, and they don't want to get shut out waiting to see if they would trade Yelich. So they got Ozuna, and they ended up trading Yelich. So.
Yeah, Ozuna helped him get in the playoffs.
For sure.
I wish we didn't need so much pitching because there would be an opportunity to get Juan Soto here. That'd be fun. Him and Walker on the corners would be great until Walker would inevitably move to 1st or 3rd, whatever. But
yeah,
you can't spend $30-40 million on a position player when you need 3 pitchers. So
I don't think you could.
Yeah.
If the money got allocated
you just
to
don't have enough.
Not unless you could trade Goldschmidt, get rid of his contract.
That's a different.
Yeah, you'd have to do a lot of moving.
What do you think about this? We haven't talked about this, but unless they think Walker can play first base, I don't think they're going to take any chances losing Goldschmidt next year, and they really don't know who's going to play first base. Sign him to an extension for another year.
Goldie?
Yeah.
He's going to be 37 or 8.
Depends on the money, of course.
Yeah, but if he has
If he wants to be paid the same, probably not.
I mean, he didn't have a
He'll
terrible
come down
year
a little,
year.
probably so.
Didn't have an MVP year last year, but he had a decent year. So
You can find guys to play first base.
Yeah.
Not as well as he does, but you can find Walker could handle it. Baker had an enormous year at AAA. He probably deserves some kind of a shot. Defensively, you can find almost all of them can play first base. Not like Keith Hernandez, but they could play it. They could handle it. Most major league players could handle first base.
Pujols turned into be a Gold Glove first baseman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they extended Goldschmidt.
Well, it's one of the two. They're either going to give him another year, extend him, or they're going to trade him. They're not just going to lose him at the end of the year. And just
I think they're going to just lose him. I think they want to try to
got
sell
no trade
tickets.
clause,
I think Goldie wants to.
Well, if they talk to him and say, look, we need some help. We're not going to re-sign you. You're going to be a free agent. You're going someplace next year anyway. Just waive it so we can trade you, please.
I don't think that works at all.
We need to get rid of you.
We
Please.
need some help. Just go.
We need some help.
Sorry.
You're not going to do it yourself. We need 3 or 4 players.
No.
They need you on. They need you to have the conversation. But I mean, if you're looking at the deadline, what team is really going to be interested in the guy whose contract is going to be up at the end of the season? Who's 30? I mean, he's going to be 37 in September.
Well, somebody who wants to make the playoffs and they know that he's going to help. Maybe their first baseman's hurt, or you don't know what's going to happen at the trade deadline next year. Somebody needs a first baseman to try and make the playoffs. That's what happens all the time. Teams will take a guy who's going to walk at the end of the year, but they think he can take us to the World Series, so we're going to make that trade because we want to make the World Series and try to win it. So we'll forfeit a few players to get him in our lineup for the next 3 months.
Last year in the middle of the season was the time to do it. If you were going to do it, because you have another year and a half, you have a year and a half with him.
Yeah.
And you may be able to sign 2 or 3 years after him if you're looking at him if maybe going into age 40, 41, whatever team wants to trade for him. I think once they didn't trade Arenado or Goldschmidt this past trade deadline. I just think they're riding it out. I'm not a huge fan of that, but they are cornerstone type players. So,
and they again have a no trade clause. If they don't want to go somewhere, they have it in their contract that they do not have to go anywhere.
If they traded Arenado and Goldschmidt, who are you going to go to Busch Stadium to watch?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the only time to
Newt.
trade it was if they had like a year plus. If another team had a year plus control of the guy and not a half a season.
Well, if your team sucks, I think we talked
Our
about
team
this the other day.
sucks.
But if your team sucks and you're 18 games out at the All-Star break, 15 games out of the All-Star break, people aren't going to go anyway. I don't know how many
Well, they
people
do.
say,
They go here.
I'm not going because I can't watch Goldschmidt again. I'm not going anymore. They're not going because the team sucked. I don't care if Goldschmidt's there or not.
Well, they go to Cardinal games still.
At the end of the year last year, they were drawing 14,000 people.
I don't know how
They
many
said,
games.
they said 40,000, but there's people not showing up.
Daniel Descalso still gets a standing ovation every time he steps into Busch Stadium. So,
Double
like,
D.
they're going to go whether there's a Goldschmidt or whether there's a Baker at first base. They're going to go. This is not a city that has options. No offense. To say,
Right.
I'm
There's
being
nothing else
ser-
to do.
I'm being serious. Yeah, like, you understand what I'm saying. Like, you can
what a
choose
sentence,
not to
though.
go to games, but, like, what else? What other options? You can only go to the city museum so many times. You
But
know
if
what I
you
mean? Like-
subtracted Goldschmidt and Arenado, you'd really have nothing. You'd have a horrendous team.
But it depends on what you would get
Horrendous.
for them. Because right now, after next year, look at what the team's going to look like currently in a year from now when those two are gone and you get nothing in return.
Arenado won't be gone.
Does he have another year or another 3 years?
A couple more. I'm almost
Yeah, he's got a
positive.
few more.
Goldie will be, unless they extend him.
See,
will
you
be
can
gone.
replace him with Walker will play first base. I don't think you want him in the outfield.
Depends if he takes steps forward in the outfield this year. I'm totally cool with him. He looked better at the end of the year in the outfield, like considerably better than when
Yeah,
he
he was
started.
rough at the
It was
beginning.
rough at the beginning, but towards the end, he's a young cat. He's going to figure it out.
Don't say cat.
Couldn't be sorrier, Doug.
Like
He won't be. Arenado won't be a free agent until 2028.
Okay, so
you got
yeah.
time with him,
Okay, so you can sell. Yeah, that's not terrible.
which means
I
he
was wrong.
probably has a lot of trade value as well because you
Yeah.
have him under contract for some years.
Well, he didn't win a Gold Glove this year, so he's faltering.
He didn't deserve it though, but like he still had a really good year.
Yeah, and the other thing I teased before we closed out the Muggin at 7 o'clock hour is, Doug, there was some ball striking going on yesterday. Lars Nootbaar and Yamamoto were playing golf together yesterday.
Were they?
That's
Where?
right. I don't know where.
Japan?
I don't know. It was on Lars Nootbaar's Instagram.
I did see that and was shocked by that. I thought it
You
was
can
all
see
a
here,
ploy.
Doug, Yamamoto. Not a bad swing at all. Stay.
His feet are pretty.
Yeah,
noisy.
yeah. Once you get to the ball, keep your front foot down. But either way, not a bad swing at all
Not
from Mr.
horrible.
Yamamoto.
Yeah.
But Nootbaar and Yamamoto playing some golf together. Maybe a little recruitment. Maybe a little recruitment from Lars Nootbaar, like you were talking about the other day, Doug. If you know somebody, you're coming to a different country, playing a professional sport, you would like to have someone that you're friendly with.
Yeah, I could see that.
When you make that
Sure, that'd be a big selling point. If it was me and I was going to
Right.
Japan,
Right.
and I had a friend who played on one of the teams, that's the team I would want to go to. I
Right.
think,
If
assuming the money was close.
That's the king. That's the thing. It's like if you're looking at a bunch of contracts and the money is pretty much the same all across. Well, now you're taking in different factors than just money when it comes to where you're picking. You're picking location, weather, and obviously who your teammates are going to be.
And I think I saw another post, maybe on Instagram, where Lars is his mother's having lunch with the mothers of these other Japanese players.
I think Lars's mom is friends with Yamamoto's mom.
Yeah.
Like actual friends.
So, is this like a real recruitment trip? Or are they real friends? Because if you can reel in a Yamamoto, then I may change my tune on a little Nootbaar. Because that's a great recruiting point. But I don't see it happening.
So Yamamoto or Nootbaar and Drink both going recruiting.
It
What
could
if you
take
see
a turn.
What if you see Lars in a dump truck?
I would take it if Yamamoto's in the back. Honestly,
Yeah.
with his bag of $200 million.
You think Lars went on the golf course and say, "Hey, Yamamoto, I stand for business."
Stand on business.
Stand on business.
And did he say it while he was 5 yards away
Right.
from with him back turn?
Not business, business.
Business.
Plowboy, Newt and Yamamoto's moms are best friends that talk daily. That's from Conclusion, the stripper.
It's wild because I thought the recruiting was just like kind of fake. Like they spent like a month or two together, World Baseball Classic.
Probably a month.
Yeah.
I didn't think that was enough to build that relationship, but I saw that Instagram post yesterday. I was like, dude, this is pretty legit. I still don't think he's gonna be here, Because
No.
I think I think the Red Sox and the Yankees are just gonna back up a literal dump truck full of cash, and I think it'd be impossible for him to turn down.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, this is a good sign. There's no other Major League Baseball team sending player to golf with some superstar free agents from another
You'd rather
country.
have Lars do this than not do it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I'd rather see this all day than him, hawking some pepper grinder out at
Oh.
West County Mall. I tell you that much right now.
Does he
This is
make
a
any
much
money
better
selling
year.
pepper grinders?
I don't think so. He was signing them.
Wouldn't you
But-
want to, if you had a pepper grinder, wouldn't you want it signed by Lars Nootbaar?
I think if I was a pepper grinder enthusiast or used it more often, yes. But I have a plastic one. I don't have the
Oh.
nice wood-handled one.
Like
But
a
I bet
mill?
You could probably sign
like
it with a
a
Sharpie,
mill.
right?
Yeah.
It might smear.
And smear, like even when it's damp in the kitchen.
Well, would you
Might-
consider going to the wooden pepper grinder if you could get a Lars Nootbaar signature on it?
I would do that only if they signed Yamamoto.
Oh.
Or Otani. I'd
Maybe
take Otani,
Yamamoto
too.
could sign the salt.
Yeah, that one on each side.
Mm-hmm.
I like this. It's a great recruiting tactic, though.
Hey guys, what about Eduardo Rodriguez? Has he been brought up as a potential fit yet? Thanks. It's from Big Tuft. I don't think so.
Anything, Iggy, on that? Iggy's left us.
No, I was just returning a text. I was sending Bill something.
Yeah, send some.
What was the question?
Oh, for heaven's sakes.
We don't even know anymore. God, it's
heaven's
only
sakes.
8:35. Ooh.
That means it's time for Friday's drops of the week.
Okay.
Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed, it is.
Clip that off.
Clip that off.
Clip that off. Viva la straw.
He specializes in whale tail photos.
Oh,
Wow, you have gone so soft, Douglas Ovenbon.
I think Learn's got the pink one.
He took a look at you exercising and said it was like an anal canal that hadn't been exercised in months.
You gotta be kidding me. These are Greg Norman's. He makes great pants.
I'm soaked over here.
I wish the audience could feel my thickness.
Fact checking is not what we do, not what I do.
Yeah, I'm not on FM.
This is HD2, bro.
I'm saying my penis is brisket and you have to touch it.
Oh, ha ha.
What's going on in college football?
Okay.
Nola. Stop already.
Oh,
Who do I hope to see tonight? It starts with a G and ends with an ale vulva.
what's the good hole?
It was a savvy move on my part.
Who cares?
We do old people.
A few more banners, yeah.
Right next to the chest banner.
Mhm, yeah. It ought to be embarrassing to you.
Who knows?
That was Drops of the Week.
That's the end.
Fungo's the kicker.
Fungo needs to change that clock.
The scoreboard?
No, it was an hour off. They
Hour
didn't
off, yeah,
turn
I
their
noticed
clocks
that, too.
back.
I've done that before in my car, where it's like the halfway point between like the next time we're going to change our clocks, and then you're stuck with the decision like, do I just change my clock now or just wait till
Right.
it corrects itself?
Oh, I'm an hour and 7 minutes because I always was 7 minutes slower on my clock. Now I'm an hour and 7 minutes.
Because it takes so long to set it.
I don't know how to do it. And our van like recalibrated at some point during our Montana trip a few years back, and it at 2004. Like our date is like 2004, and it keeps. Yeah, so we're 20 years off on the van.
Well, I got a mug
and
and
2
ass.
hours.
I got a
off.
mug and ass car, so it automatically changes itself.
Is there cars that do that?
Mine did.
Are there guys that
I
kick
got
up
into
both
my car
legs?
the next that Monday, and it was changed.
Yeah, right. Mine too.
Really?
Wow, God,
Boy.
you guys are blessed. I'm in an 04 CRV, cranking out 220. It
Nonetheless-
just hit 220.
We're not going back to daylight savings time for what? Another 4 months, 5 months?
Aren't they?
You don't have 2 minutes to set your clock, right?
I literally don't know how to do it.
But the-
When are you supposed to have time? When are you supposed to have time to do
Before you
such a
go
thing?
somewhere.
Before you go to bed on Saturday night is when I do it.
Sometime when you're not in a hurry to go somewhere, just sit in your car for 30, 40 seconds maybe and get the clock set right.
Yeah.
I do sit in it every day.
Sit in your car?
On Showprop.
Yeah, I don't know
Oh,
why
yeah.
we don't get rid of this. I mean, I blame the farmers. We did it for you people back in the day, and when we change our clocks back, if I go by a farm and nobody's working, I'm
I
gonna
think they did
bitch.
it. I think they did it during World War I. Is when it started
Daylight savings?
to save electricity. I think that's when it
But
started.
then Arizona doesn't do it, right? They chose to like Paul Goldschmidt. They're just going to wave their claws.
Wave.
Something like that.
Yeah, they don't change it, and I don't believe Colorado. Yeah, Colorado does.
Sunshine State.
Bermuda doesn't.
It gets dark
When they
at
played the
4:30.
Bermuda a couple weeks ago, it was 2 hours. Bermuda's 2 hours ahead of us. They're 1 hour ahead of Eastern time.
Got it.
That's the only country I can think of.
Your
that's
match,
2
your
hours
game, your
ahead.
hole.
Yeah, that is weird.
Now, California 2 behind, but I think that's the only country I can think of is only exactly 2 hours. East Coast is 1 hour, then you go further to England, it's like 5 and 6 hours. Europe 6 hours, 7 hours. Bermuda 2 hours.
Well, I bet when Jeff Lotman sells a home, those clocks will automatically change themselves. He's selling them good houses.
Oh, I bet he got
JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Plazzi, can I hear about Jeff Lotman?
Jeff Lotman made the switch to Compass St. Louis because he wanted to help build Compass St. Louis into the #1 luxury brand in St. Louis. As Compass is the largest luxury broker in the world. And Jeff can do that because Jeff has been selling homes in St. Louis for 22 years. And in that time, he has sold over $500 million worth of homes. Jeff Lotman is online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com. That's JEFFLOTTMANN.com. And with luxury, it's much more about the experience than the price. They treat all their clients the same way. Jeff Lotman of Compass St. Louis, online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com. If you are looking to buy a home or sell your home, work with Jeff Lotman of Compass St. Louis at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
Hey guys, have you ever done lines off a hooker's ass cheek, right? As the time changed? I did it once and it was pretty wild. It's from the Recovering Alcoholic.
Oh, yeah.
Doug, I need your thoughts on that.
I think he's plastered. I don't give much credence to what he says.
I actually do have something that I want Doug's thoughts on. Yesterday, if you were on Twitter, you saw a lot of people tweeting out about this Clarissa Thompson clip from Pardon My Take.
Yeah, right.
Clarissa Thompson does the Thursday Night Football sideline reporting here. Take a listen to this clip from Clarissa Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
And I've said this before, so I haven't been fired for saying it, but I'll say it again. I would make up the report sometimes because A, the coach wouldn't come out at halftime, or it was too late, and I was like, I didn't want to screw up the report, so I was like, I'm just going to make this up. Because first of all, no coach is going to get mad if I say, hey, we need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to be better on third down. We need to stop turning the ball
Pressure
over.
the quarterback.
We need, yeah, exactly, and do a better job of getting off the field. Like, they're not going to correct me on that.
Right.
So I'm like, it's fine. I'll just make up the report.
It would be very funny if you were like, yeah, so I just spoke with Arthur Smith at halftime, and he said Bijan Robinson blew smoke in his face, and that's why he's not getting the ball.
So that's Clarissa Thompson.
I've said that forever.
Yeah.
I guarantee you these people are making stuff up on the sidelines. There's no way they got time to go catch a coach and then run over and catch that coach when he's running out with his players. I guarantee you they're making things up.
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is.
I am kind of with you, Plowboy. I would see, because a lot of people who do sports media were tweeting out that this is harmful.
I saw that as well.
And not right and unethical. And while I see that there's validity to their point, at the same time, if you heard what she said, sometimes the coaches don't come out of the locker room. Sometimes you have to go, and you can't just say, I need 5 minutes to go do this. Doug, as someone who's worked in TV, you know time is everything. And if all you're saying is we got to stop them on third down more and pressure the quarterback, it is by definition unethical. But is it? But is it?
Definitely is.
It's unethical. You can't
make up what someone else told you.
Right. You can't be putting words in someone's mouth.
This is on the producer of the broadcast saying we pay this sideline reporter. She's a gorgeous woman. We want to get her on. I don't care what you have to say. Go.
Right.
You shouldn't do that.
Right. Exactly.
If she's got nothing to add, no matter who it is, then don't add it. You can't make it up.
Right. Right. And
if she has some other observation, fine, go for it. But you can't go to a sideline reporter just because you think you have to go to the sideline reporter 6 times during the game, get some quota to fill while they're making up information. That's not right at all.
Right, right. And that is, and that I think is where a lot of people's point is coming from. And I personally would rather see, if you're in that situation where you hadn't talked to a coach yet, just give your thoughts. At least just do something. Give your thoughts. Putting words in another person's mouth is just wrong when you're working in media.
Right.
You can't be doing that.
And if the coaches can't stop for 20 to 30 seconds to talk with the sideline reporter of the network that's paying millions and millions of dollars to televise these games, largely responsible for the coach's salary, then some of it's on them too.
Yeah, and I really wanted your perspective on that because you worked in TV for so long. Because I didn't know where I kind of fell on it. I understood where people were coming from, like where you're coming from with the unethical thing. I also heard people coming from where it's like she's not saying anything that the coach would disagree with. However, you're right. At the end of the day, you can't be putting stuff in people's mouths. But it is. You're right. So that's a good perspective. That's on the producer. If they don't have anything, and maybe the producer doesn't know that she hasn't talked to anybody, but at the same time, like if you don't have the information, just give like your thoughts.
You run into that sometimes in TV news all the time, where they have it written on their show plan that you're going to go live. There's going to be a live shot there. And when you get there, there's nothing really to report. There's nothing new to report. You don't have the information because you can't go get it because you're standing there ready to do a live shot, and they want the live shot anyway.
Right. Yeah,
I ran into that, especially after the game, after games, where they say, we want a live report after the game. And then you say, well, I can't go into the locker room, get the interview, send you the video, edit the video, and get there on live. You got one or the other. You got me standing there with nothing, or you've got the players talking. Which do you want? And they almost always said, we want live. We want you live.
Really?
I don't have anything. Doesn't matter. We want live because we feel better about the show we're putting together with a live report.
Wow.
The same thing is happening here. They just want that presence, whether she has anything to add or not.
Yeah, that's good perspective. Brian Henson, who also is as we've talked about, a journalist for the Indianapolis Star. At a time when trust in journalists and media is at an all-time low, she brazenly and openly admits to making crap up. Unreal, huge issue, massive. That's from Brian Henson.
And I guarantee if all these other sideline reporters were asked, every one of them at least once made stuff up without talking to a coach.
Now, this is not massive. I think I'm with Doug. I understand that. But we don't know if these live hits need to happen because Henson just bagged the live hit. Well, that's not her call. There might be media buys. It might be sponsored by, like, Michelin tires. And, like, if coach and I'm with you. I don't know if it's the sideline reporter fault. If the coach doesn't come out, if there's no player talking, if you have to do the live hit, I think she may have made the right call as opposed to getting on air and basically going, yeah, I got nothing to report, and then she get fired a week later because she doesn't have anything to report. Not her fault, but if these are sponsored live hits that need to happen and coaches who get paid $4, $5, $6 million a year aren't coming out, the reporter is in a no-win situation. Either you do nothing and get fired or you do what she did, little petty lies. Unethical, yes, but it's not like she's going, well, Andy Reid just said this person's out for the year. It's a broken clavicle. She's not making up injuries. She's not making up drama for the sake of it. She just, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with it because I understand probably how annoying that job is to try to get a coach and a player when they're up 25 or down 25. Like, I get that.
And they won't talk. I suppose.
And they won't talk. They don't talk, and these are hits. You got to do them.
I suppose about all you could do is say, well, Nick Saban didn't have time to talk to us, but I'm sure if he had, he would say, we got to play better defense.
That's it, yeah. I guess about to be replaced in a couple weeks, though, because you're not getting that want to get the coach. Whether it's your fault being lazy, it's not like her being lazy and go, well, I was too busy, I'm freshening up my makeup, and I thought I'd eat a hot dog and nachos, so I decided just to make this
Well,
up.
I bet you, too.
Not like that.
They're there for, the main reason they're there is to report on injuries. They want them on the sideline in case that. And I'll bet you that they've made those up before because I've heard a few times where, I talked to the medical staff and they're trying to tape it up. He's probably doubtful. And then the next play, he's out there.
I don't know that they would.
They're not going to tell you doubtful and he's in the next play.
Usually teams have a member of the PR staff on the sideline there.
Yeah, they do.
Talking with the sideline reporters. So they don't go up, the sideline reporters don't go up and talk to the doctors or the players. They talk to the media relations guy who has talked to the doctors or players, and they relay the information.
Yeah. But I remember once where I said to myself, there's no way you talk to anybody. Because she just did a report from one sideline, and then somebody got her on the other sideline. Within 30 seconds, in the tent and the doubtful. He was in the next play. There's no way you got from that sideline. You don't go run across the field. You got to go around the end zone and within 30 seconds and talk to somebody?
The media relations people would tell them. They'd text them or something.
I'm saying she can't get over there.
I'm saying she doesn't have to get over there. The media relations person who's responsible.
Within 30 seconds, they knew he's doubtful?
They text or something.
Within 30 seconds, that they knew he was doubtful.
Well, I don't know this particular instance you're talking about. I'm just telling you how it works. I don't
know
this
how it works,
particular
but I'm
instance.
also saying, I will bet you someone has made it up.
Well, at some point, probably somebody did, but I don't think they usually, as a practice, make up injuries.
Not usually, no, but I say it's probably happened. Just like Carissa Thomas, everybody's in a uproar over this. I bet you that every sideline reporter has made something up before.
Well, I think this is what journalists are when they're upset about this, are upset about, is exactly what you're saying, Iggy, is that people now can say, well, I bet they made that up. When there's probably plenty of journalists out there who have never, ever, ever made anything up, but now they're going to be called into question. That is what they're upset about. So what you're saying is kind of what people are upset about, is because of Clarissa Thompson's statement saying that I've made this thing up before, is now it brings in doubt to everybody else.
If it's news to somebody, then they're not really following, because there's no way all of them talk to a coach every week and have something to say.
Can we be honest with sideline reporters don't need to be there? When was the last time relevant information came from a 35-second hit from a sideline reporter? Probably never. And I know that's where you start, and I just don't see the importance of it, because there's no relevant information that couldn't be on a graphic.
You hear the coach talk on the way off the field at halftime, and you hear him again when the game's over. You get an injury update. It's just the fact that the producers want them all the time. They want constant sideline updates at times when they don't have anything else to add, really. I think that's the issue.
Yeah, I agree. Could you do without them? Yeah. But the big part of a game is an injury, because if you're like your star receiver's out, was he coming back? Do we know if he's coming back? We don't know if he's coming back.
Well, people watch their fantasy too, so injuries are very important in terms of the accuracy of it.
They're there for that. But for the most part, they don't add anything. They're just there because, and most of them are very attractive, except for Ed Warder, but most of them are attractive.
I miss Tony Saragusa, old Fox.
Yeah,
I think R.I.P. I do believe he has recently passed. I loved his energy and what he did. He didn't even really talk to the coach. He just gave his own perspective, and he was kind of goofy and fun. And that's what sideline reporting I enjoy. It's nothing against the good-looking female, because they do a good job. It's just that, his personality, and he didn't have to go to a coach and go, man, what were you thinking on that third down? No one cares.
He wasn't even on the sidelines. He stood under the goalpost.
Yeah, he was in the end zone a lot of the times. I love that style.
Iggy's willingness to paint all sideline reporters with such a broad brush illustrates the entire problem with this because of her. Also, I'm 100% with Plowsy. It's a pointless position, the sideline reporter. It's from Brian Henschel.
But I think you could get all that information headed up to the booth, and the booth relay that information.
Yeah, you could. If you're texting anyway, you can just text the booth. The person in the booth say, hey, so you really don't need them. But it's because of who they are. I mean, Aaron Andrews, they're all attractive, and people want to see them. And Henschen, I don't think I ever said all. So don't say I'm broad strokes by telling all people. I didn't say all. I just said I will bet you that at some point a lot of them have lied as well, without talking about it. I didn't say all.
Were you surprised how far the home run went? No. I mean, I hit it hard. I don't. That's a weird question, because I know I'm strong and I know how far I can hit them when I get a hold of them. But no, not really.
Yeah, and the networks view this position as valuable. They pay them good money, and they have them on there. So that means the position has value, whether we as viewers think it's important or not. The networks do, and they pay them as such. And so those people take their jobs seriously. It's not. It wouldn't be cool of us to say oh, your job is unimportant or not necessary. If the networks deem it, then they make a lot of money, so they know clearly what they're doing. The NFL product is untouchable in this country.
Well, they do other things too. I mean, Aaron Andrews would usually do an interview for the game of the week, whatever game they're covering, and she will have it on NFL Today. Same with, they'll do a live shot during NFL Today. Let's go out to Aaron Andrews. She's at Cowboy Stadium talking to Dallas, blah, blah, blah. So they do other things. But as far as being on the sidelines, they really do nothing.
Well, the TV football games is just a TV show, is all it is. Yeah. It's entertainment, and they see this as another level to add a little bit more texture to the game and make it just a little bit more entertaining.
And my point to the sponsorships that are in these, sometimes the sideline reports are sponsored. Remember the pylon cam? There was a game a few weeks ago or something to where they had to get 6 to 8 pylon cam hits because it was sponsored. And they showed one touchdown or first down from the pylon cam that didn't show a play at all because it was 10 yards downfield, but there was almost at the end of the game, and they needed to get another pylon cam. So sometimes you just they do it just because you have to, and if you have nothing, I'm with her. I think I would have gone that route, but I'm not ethical. So
I'm surprised she admitted it, though.
She was not very casual about it. She said at the beginning of the clip, she said she'd said this before.
I hadn't heard
and
it
I do believe she said it to her bosses, or like it kind of hinted at that.
We're going to close out here this 8 o'clock hour. We'll be coming back on the other side of the break with Lisa Ann and the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Doug, you have to jet out of here. You got to clear out of here. But it'll be basically Pepper and Jeannie live. Until the end of the presentation.
I won't be talking in the 9 o'clock hour, so you guys have to handle that.
We know. We already discussed that. So it's going to be me, Kit
Can't
Jackson.
you bury the hatchet?
No.
We're
And
gonna
we won't
need
talk
ya.
about it anymore. Quit asking me.
Oh,
Nick Saban.
bury
right
the
there.
hatchet.
Nick Saban popped up right there. This is the Morning After, presented by Brown and Crouppen, live from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award, and if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Rosalitas know that a fun happy hour and scenic patio go together like fresh guac and chips. So take advantage of their covered patio this fall and winter at their De Pere location and enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Their sparkling margarita is made with Chambord raspberry liqueur and topped with a bottle of Rosé Prosecco. They also have a variety of delicious margarita flavors, including mango, pomegranate, and blood orange, all made with top-shelf tequila and Cointreau. With phenomenal service, great margaritas, and a breathtaking atmosphere, there's always a reason to come to Rosalitas.
When we think of a real estate agent, we think of somebody simply selling our home or finding us a new one. I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay, here's the comps. We'll take some pics, we'll post them, and I'll get back to you, okay?
A home is life-changing, and your real estate agent should reflect that. Honesty, integrity, and someone who will go above and beyond to make your dreams come true.
The Jeff Lutman Group with Compass Realty. We're different because you're different. We want what you want. Experience the difference today at jefflutman.com, bringing people and properties together.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or email info@illinoisrecoverycenter.com.
Okay.
Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie.
And now the Pepper and Jeannie Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepper and Jeannie.
Pepper and Jeannie.
Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie. Pepper and Jeannie. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Joe Buck. We all have people we miss and who we would do anything to see or hear again. Whenever I want to hear my dad's voice, all I have to do is go to YouTube, but most people don't have that luxury. Now with Sound Story, your family's stories can be saved forever. Sound Story is a professionally produced hour-long conversation in which you or one of your loved ones is interviewed by the host of your choice, including TMA's own Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Jackson Burkett. Hundreds of St. Louisans have already told their stories with Sound Story, and the experience is one they loved.
I think everybody that can do it, they should, for their children, for their grandchildren, because I know I would give anything to hear my parents' voice.
Visit mysoundstory.com today and use promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. That's mysoundstory.com, promo code TMA for 10% off your Sound Story gift certificate purchase. Sound Story, for you, for them, forever.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there, all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Brown & Crouppen Morning After will be hosting the End of the Year Awards to celebrate TMA fans December 14th at Hot Shots in Webster. Best Texter, Best Caller, Best Emailer, Listener of the Year, or maybe Best Cuck Story of the Year, or Most Perverted Fake Story of the Year, or whatever else we can come up with. Who should win? Who will win? Who gives a crap? Bring a new unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of Jay Randolph Jr., and you'll get in for free. The End of the Year Awards. Brought to you by Munganess St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Find out more at tmastl.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
And as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake?
It's the Brown & Crouppen Morning After.
KPNT-FM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Welcome back. The Morning After. Presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
And it's just us two. This might be the weirdest thing ever.
A little pick and roll here between me and Plowlock. A little two-man game.
I like
yeah,
that.
A little high-low play. Ain't no problem with that. But we'll have KG and O-Town coming into the studios to take Doug's place because he had to leave at 9 o'clock. Iggy will be back here soon enough, and we'll have Lisa Ann on the phone lines here momentarily. Send in your two-part questions, your two-part fantasy football questions for us, please, and thank you. Talk it over with Lisa Ann. We love having her on every single week, and then we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day with the prize, tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Saturday, June 1st, we also have an app contest going on right now. Open up your TMA mobile app and enter keyword Hootie to win tickets to see Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Saturday, June 1st, on the Summer Camp with Trucks Tour, special guests, Collective Soul and Edward McCain. And then, of course, we have our year-end award events coming up. Thursday, December 14th at Hot Shots in Webster Groves, 7 p.m. Please bring a new and unwrapped toy for Annie's Hope on behalf of our good friend, Jay Randolph Jr. Jay Randolph Jr. and Lisa Ann, great friends. Lisa Ann was kind enough last year to come out to the year-end awards to support Jay. It was right after his passing, and that was lovely of her. She's lovely. So.
She's great, and I'm curious who the nominees are. When do we personally hammer out the nominees? When are we doing that? I'm curious what some of them are.
Right. We'll have a papal conclave and talk it over as a show, much like we do for the Listener of the Month competition. And so it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see who is nominated, who is going to be Listener of the Year. We'll have 11 people, 11 or 12. Well, we'll have 11 because we won't have our December Listener of the Month yet, but we'll have 11 people to choose from in terms of Listener of the Year. And that's going to be a highly contested award, Plowhawk. Very highly contested.
I got a couple of mine. I'm not going to put any spoilers out there, but I think it should be maybe not about volume of text and email, but the quality, because some people work and some people aren't able to be as active and engaged to the show, but also provide great content, whether it be an email, mic drop. Raby with his audio postcards lately have been tremendous. So there's a lot of potential there, a lot of meat on that bone. So I'm curious if you kind of have thought about it.
Oh yeah, I mean I've thought about it, and Texture of the Year I think is going to be one of the most hotly contested awards. A lot of people text in on this EDF group text inbox, and it's going to be a hotly contested spot. Speaking of the EDF group puts out Hot Fires. Plowboy, can I by chance hear something about Engineer Design Facilities, the EDF group?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the EDF Group is the title sponsor of our text inbox on TMA 314-881-TMA5. That's Engineer Design Facilities, but now known as the EDF Group, the sponsor of the TMA text inbox. And the name of the game on this show is supporting the sponsors. And if you want to support the EDF Group as sponsor of TMA text inbox, well, it's real simple. Do you have a fire extinguisher where you work? The answer is yes, you certainly do. So please email the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com so a technician can come out and explain to your team how the EDF Group can save your company money. Again, that email address is fire@theedfgroup.com. The EDF Group is hot and will prevent your facility from having hot fires. Experience the EDF Group difference. Learn more at theedfgroup.com, or you can email them at the EDF Group at fire@theedfgroup.com.
That's the EDF Group sponsor of the text inbox here on TMA. We are proud to present to you Lisa Ann on the phone lines today, back after you missed last week for being in Australia. Lisa Ann, how are you today?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
Very good. We're down a couple guys. Tim planned vacation today, and then Doug had to leave at 9 o'clock. So you got me and the Plowhawk here. You got KG in O-Town. We're fired up. We're fired up to talk it over with you.
I like this crew. I like this crew a lot. This is great.
Well, yeah, we're ready to talk it over with you. Listeners, send in your two-part questions for Lisa Ann, fantasy football or otherwise, and we'll talk it over. First, Lisa, how was Australia? How was Down Under?
Well, it was a 72-hour trip, 60 hours of travel for a 72-hour trip. It was kind of a blur.
Yeah.
I've been to Australia multiple times, so I love the country. The people there are so incredibly nice, but I don't really think 72 hours just flies by.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's How long is the flight there from New York?
22 hours.
Oh my
God. So what's the deal? Because I've done like 4-hour flights, probably the max, and we're talking no meals here. So they obviously have to hook it up with the meals, and it's not every airline doesn't go all the way to Australia. Am I correct? It's just like a
right.
Okay.
So like Qantas, you do Qantas because Qantas is the lead airline for Australia. And it's so different on these international flights. They have a whole galley in like the center of the plane where there's just like a huge snack bar where there's like pre-made sandwiches. I mean, Plowsy, you would be killing it.
That's why I asked.
You would be killing it.
I snack a lot.
There's so much food, you could actually eat every hour on the hour. So you would never have to. And they come around with these little night lights on their shirts with water. So the whole flight, they're walking through, making sure you're drinking a lot of water, and they don't wake anybody up by having the little night lights on their shirt when you see them coming. They really take great care of you on international flights.
That's awesome. And did I see when you were down there that a fan had your autograph tattooed on them?
Actually, 4 fans did this trip, and my last trip there, quite a few fans did too. And so the tattoo artist and I have known each other from doing these shows all over Australia multiple times. And whenever a guy wants to get my name tattooed, I always ask him one favor. Please, do not be on America's Most Wanted, because they normally will say this guy is identifiable by these tattoos. And I just don't want to be dragged into your bounty hunter situation.
Yeah, I can imagine that's like both a very humbling and like you have a lot of gratitude, but also it's probably a little bit different, like a little odd sometimes, I would have to imagine.
Actually, it's not that odd. I have a guy that has a box cover of mine all the way over his entire chest in full color, like my whole person on his whole person. It's just become fairly normal.
Yeah, hey, I get it. Lisa Ann, last night, our boy, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burr. I mean, we talk about a cursed football game last night. Holy hell. Mark Andrews goes down. Burrow goes down. Lamar Jackson gets dinged up. That was tough.
I'll tell you, too, now there's some sort of a conspiracy where Joe Burrow did walk in off the team bus with some sort of brace on his hand, and he wasn't on the injured report. So now this is going to be forensic stuff, right? We're going to look into this. For me, I lost Deshaun Watson. Somebody in my league reached out, hey, I have Kyler Murray. I can trade you Kyler Murray. Can you give me Gus Edwards? I did it. Wow. Gus Edwards breaks off 76 yards and a tutty, first quarter. And I'm like, I just want to, fantasy football can be so heartbreaking.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah, I mean, if you have, I know on my team personally, I have my starting quarterback is Joe Burrow, my starting tight end is Mark Andrews. Like, what's a man to do? What's a man to do? That's you got to scrap it. But that's the nature of football. And I did see the thing with Burrow's cast on his hand, and people were theorizing he got wedged between an offensive lineman and one of his guys, or vice versa. You never know what that kind of stuff, how it can affect the guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. Send in your 2-part question for Lisa Ann. We got some coming in right now. Lisa Ann, Noah Brown or Rashid Rice in my flex. It's half PPR. Also, is it proper for Mrs. Smith to constantly want multiple dudes at once? That's from Mr. Smith.
Oh, I love the Smiths. You know this. And yes, it is. She can do whatever she wants because Mrs. Smith, can do no wrong. I love Noah Brown this week. I picked up Noah Brown 3 weeks ago and have had monster performances. Look at what C.J. Stroud is putting up. There's no doubt to me that everyone in that offense can eat. If you have Tank Dell, if you have Nico Collins. So Noah Brown is a play for me 100%.
Yeah, there's that. This one's just like a straight fantasy question, and it's, morning, Lisa, should I start Patrick Mahomes or Dak?
Everybody's really worried about Mahomes going up with the Philadelphia defense. Philadelphia is going to be living through what they went through last year in the Super Bowl and wanting to play hard. So for that reason, I would play Dak Prescott. I'm not saying I think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback. I just think this week, Dak Prescott is in a better situation.
Yeah. Speaking of that Monday night game with the Chiefs and Eagles, do you think that could, because I know Monday Night Football has been setting records, do you think that's going to be the all-time record breaker? Are you keyed in to the Kelsey Bowl Chiefs-Eagles rematch?
I am, but I think it'll be a lower scoring game than what people expect. These are two good defenses. One thing we've not said about Kansas City in seasons before is that they have a good defense.
Right.
What they had was enough offense that Patrick Mahomes could go out there and put up 5 touchdowns, which was very exciting. Mm-hmm. But now he doesn't have to do that because the defense is working that much harder. So I'm saying a lower scoring game, but I'm still mixed, Kansas City, it's so tough. They just don't seem as consistent. You're only relying on Travis Kelce. If you had a Mark Andrews situations like last night with Kelce, where does Mahomes go at that point? Where's the consistency? They're not going to be able to use the run game because that front line for Philly is stout. This is going to be the game to watch, and I love that it's a standalone.
Yeah, right. It's perfect. This is like a perfect Monday night game. Totally. Yep. It wouldn't even be as good if it was a Sunday night game. Like this being totally standalone is perfect. All eyes will be on this one. Hey, Lisa Ann, 2 questions. First, should I start Terry McLaurin or Madison, in my flex this week? Second, a question about salad tossing. My step-uncle Roy likes to attack my toot sleeve right away with his tongue, Woody Woodpecker style. I prefer a more modest approach, starting from the top of his crack and slowly making my way down to his balloon knot like I'm working through a Dairy Queen dip cone. Who's got the better technique? That comes from Madison Hedgecock.
Hedgecock, I'm going to say that when you bring in Dairy Queen Hedgecock, I know that you are being gentle, affectionate, and really making sure things are moist for the right reason. As for the fantasy question, you're going to play Terry McLaurin going up against this pitiful New York Giants, no defense showing up on the field. McLaurin's going to break off some big runs. Washington's going to have a big game this week.
Yeah. Are people in New York just despondent over the Giants this year? Can you feel it in the streets?
It's just sad because there was so much hype about the Jets. Yeah. That the Giants were just like, the stepchild that nobody wanted, right? Mm-hmm. And then you thought maybe the Giants would pull it together, and then the Jets lose Aaron Rodgers 4 minutes into the game. And the Giants had just been putrid. You had the Saquon Barkley drama before the season, then Saquon Barkley does the players meeting, then he signs his contract, and it's just a sad state of affairs. We're hoping that the Knicks and the Nets can make the New York fans happy.
Yeah, I can imagine. I assume Brian Dable will be looking for work here come season's end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to think that. As I say, and maybe the GM after the Daniel Jones massive contract. Darrell Henderson Jr. or Calvin Ridley for my flex. Lisa Ann, that's from the South City Hoosier aficionado.
I like Calvin Ridley. Jacksonville, we know that Trevor's going to have to throw the ball because Tennessee does have a good run defense. So they will be relying on. So I'm going to go right there, yes.
All right, I like
Calvin
that.
Ridley.
Lisa, I have Cooper Kupp. I struggle with this guy's name still, and he's an LA Ram, so he might as well, not exist to me. But is it Puka Nacua? Did I nail it, Lisa?
Puka Nacua. Yep.
Nice. Look at me go. It's actually phonetically pretty easy if you just look at it, but struggle with me. Amari Cooper, all with compromised quarterback. Who are my two of those three? Also, my father-in-law and multiple uncles will be here next Thursday for dinner. How do I choose who to give the old cranberry sauce when I know I'll be too stuffed for multiple helpings? That's from Hyman the Roth.
I think you're going to have to judge the day. What kind of things are they bringing over for Thanksgiving? Whoever brings the better, like, are you bringing the pumpkin pie? Are you bringing the stuffing? I would just be, free flow with it and see who performs better, like a fantasy team. And then you will choose from there. When it comes to having two players on the Rams, I know it's not ideal. The Rams going up against Seattle, putting together a much better season, but I can't play Amari Cooper with a quarterback I know nothing about. We know there's no Deshaun Watson. We know they're not going with Walker. So I'm going to go with Cooper, Kupp, and Puka Nacua.
Ooh, double Rams. I like that. With Burrow down and a waiver wire full of garbage, should I try to get someone to bite on a trade for Justin Fields or even Josh Dobbs? Speaking of biting, we were doing some fine dining at Captain D's, and my stepdad Jack was being coy about the chocolate lava cake. I had cleaned my plate as a reward, but he kept insisting there was one more bite on my plate. And when my grandma told him to give the boy his cake, he pulled down his Dickies and showed his dark star. Do you like vanilla or chocolate frosting on cupcakes? That's Mrs. Janny Shanahan.
I think at this point you just go half and half, a little vanilla, a little chocolate. That's a great one right there.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Keep it mixed up. You get the best of both worlds, just like, front and back. So I do think you're going to have to go out there and make your trades because the trade deadline is going to end for your fantasy football season. I would probably go with Justin Fields, but you might get better value out of Josh Dobbs. But I think Fields will be out there for the rest of the season. The thumb doesn't seem to be an issue anymore. And it is putrid what's left in the quarterback space.
Yeah, boy, is it ever. I mean, when you got Tommy DeVito, no offense, Plowsy, in your ILL, it can be tough. Speaking of Justin Fields, and this line confuses me, Lisa Ann, and I know you're more in the fantasy world, but I'm sure you have plenty of knowledge on this too. The Bears are only getting 7.5 points against the Lions. Is that all because Justin Fields is expected to play? And I'm also seeing that a lot of the money is on the Bears. It's plus 7.5.
Yeah, it's crazy to me because I don't see Detroit failing in this game.
Right.
Like, to me, that line movement is so unusual. Jared Goff's been incredibly consistent, only putting up 5 interceptions so far, 14 touchdowns for the season. We know David Montgomery is back to average, 100 yards.
Yeah.
The Bears defense is good, but not that good, and I don't know why they wouldn't just be waiting for that draft pick that they need so desperately. We are at the point of the season where you have to look at teams and go, who is playing for next year and who's playing for this year? I think the Lions are still playing for this year. I think the Bears are not.
Right, and that's what, like, Dan Campbell, I can't imagine him not having his team ready for a home divisional game, whether it's the Bears or anybody else. But,
I agree. And by the way, if there's any coach in the NFL other than Kevin Stefanski that I like to have lunch with, it's definitely Dan Campbell.
Yeah. It'd be, for me, it's Dan Campbell and Mike McDaniel, and I would love to see the Lions and Dolphins meet in the Super Bowl. How wonderful would that be for a whole week?
I love McDaniel. I love McDaniel. His pressers are the absolute most incredible pressers. He's so funny and awkward at the same time. He's got like a little bit of a Larry David vibe about him, where I know he's telling a joke. He's got a poker face. Do you get the joke? He's amazing.
Yeah, he's kind of like your cousin at Thanksgiving who you'd always hang out with, who then got to be able to coach a football team. Like, he's like, it doesn't seem like,
exactly.
Especially when you look at someone like Dan Campbell, who's built like a vending machine, and then you see Mike McDaniel. It's like, how do these two guys have the same job? But hey, If you put up 70 points against the Broncos, I guess you can kind of look however you want. Pick one to start out of Addison, Deontay Smith, and Deontay Johnson in half PPR. Also, do you like when men put their fingers in your mouth? I didn't like it at first, but I'm starting to come around. That's from Rory Pepperpaws.
The fingers got to be washed. I just want to make sure that you wash your hands before you even put them anywhere near my face, let alone in my mouth. Coming from me, I got to explain I am a germaphobe. I know that seems strange because of the life that I already lived, but germaphobe, yes. I'm going to play Deontay Johnson. What are we seeing right now? We're seeing Cleveland fall apart, even though their defense is really good. And we're seeing Pittsburgh come together. So I'm going right there with Deontay Johnson.
All right. This question comes from a female, Aaron the Chuck, and it's been alleged that she has nipple rings, Lisa Ann. And she asked, I have Josh Allen in 2 leagues. I picked up C.J. Stroud in one and Kyler in the other. Would you start either over Joshy Allen?
I would play C.J. Stroud over Josh Allen. I would not play Kyler Murray over Josh Allen. Josh Allen, there's just a lot of drama going on for these Buffalo Bills. I don't feel good about it. I don't like the Diggs brother tweet. Yeah. All of this is a distraction.
Yeah, and C.J. Stroud, I mean, for a rookie, is playing unbelievable football.
And I drafted him as a backup quarterback in 3 leagues, and I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, wow. You were all in on him, and he has shown out. I mean, he's playing unbelievable football.
Exciting.
I love watching him play.
It's exciting for Houston Texans fans as well.
Good morning, Lisa Ann. Plain simple, do you enjoy a good salad tossing, or is it just a taboo thing that people are doing as a fad? Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack. That's not his wife, but that's Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack asking if this salad tossing thing is just a phase.
I don't do the salad tossing, but if somebody wants to do it on me, it's here or there, right? But I mean, again, it's a germ thing, and being in the business, I learned about the pros and cons about doing everything and what things are the most risk. But, freshly showered, somebody wants a salad toss, I say go for it, but do the shower first.
Yeah, that's a key. I just feel like it sounds a lot better. It sounds in theory like you talk about it, like, I could try that, and then you get down to brass tacks, and you're like, oh, man, that's a hole right there, KG.
Yeah, and then what do? Do you make out afterwards? Do you tell the person to go brush their teeth? Like, there's so many elements here.
Oh, you would need more than I would need, like maybe a good Listerine, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants the salad toss till it's time to start munching.
Yeah, KG just.
There you go, KG. Chiming in.
How much longer can Josh Dobbs keep up this little magic carpet ride he's got going in Minnesota?
I think he's going to keep it going. You could say the same thing about C.J. Stroud. The first 3 weeks, everyone's like, oh, he'll come back down to earth. Some of these kids are not coming back down to earth, and I think he's one of them.
Yeah, his story is obviously awesome, but what comes up must come down kind of situation.
I love the Vikings fans that are shaving their eyebrows off in solidarity with him.
I know. It's so cute. I love sports fans. A good face painter goes a long way. But when you shave your eyebrows, you have to go to work looking like that. You have to explain why you look like that, and it looks strange.
Hey, Lisa, should Ingram or Schultz be my starting tight end moving forward? Also, do you think it is out of line for a radio host to berate a guest at trivia night just because the guest was passionate about a phone in his friend's ass and was called a liar? That's from caller Buzz.
Oh, wow. I can only imagine who that host was. And I am going to search Schultz, but I wouldn't say moving forward because you still want to look at matchups. And I heard trivia night was a big night because it was Mike Lee's birthday party.
So Mike Lee, so here's the thing. So Mike Lee had his birthday party probably before we even scheduled trivia night. So it was unfortunate that they were on the same day because they were at different locations. So Mike Lee was unfortunately not able to join us for trivia night, but we all wished him a very happy birthday, and we were happy that he was getting his party. I think he had a wonderful time. I think he got some milk, and honestly, isn't that what we're all looking for on our birthday?
That's all we're looking for, kiddos. That's all we're looking for.
Absolutely. Lisa Ann, I know you have to get out of here early today, or you have to hard out today.
Yeah, I got meetings. I'm trying to close out my week because I go on vacation next week for Thanksgiving with my friends in Lake Tahoe.
Ooh.
And I ended up putting in 11 meetings in between my radio spots today, and I have absolutely no voice, and I've put in a lot of work this week. I'm burned out, I'm not going to lie, and I will be refreshed after I get done with this day and get this vacation going.
Absolutely. I totally understand that, Lisa Ann, and we appreciate you coming on with us and talking it over with us, even if it is, I mean, this is no longer even the JV squad. We are now we're the freshman team around here.
C team.
Yeah, but we're doing our
Very
best.
hot freshman team, though. Very hot freshman team. I like all of it. You guys have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy the games. And can I just say, let's go Cowboys.
Absolutely. Right. On this station, you can. They might as well be America's team around here because we don't got one. So thank you so much, Lisa. We appreciate you.
Thanks for having me. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the games and enjoy your holiday, everyone.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, Lisa. Take it easy. That was Lisa Ann on the show today. You can also join in the show by texting in on the EDF group text inbox. That's 314-881-TMA5. You can call in just like Lisa Ann did, 636-900-4TMA. And you can send in email for a chance to win tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater on Saturday, June 1st. You can email us at themorningafter@InsideSTL.com. The standings are Blueberry Pop has 4 wins. He is in the lead with JV golf coach right behind with 2. Then the calcified ear, the fancy gentleman, Amanda Groin. Sorry, I got emotional there for a second. Dogtown Tyler from Spartanburg, Buck Swope, and Cucky the dwarf, all with a win apiece. So pretty wide open November. How many more do we have? Because we are off Thursday and Friday of next week. When's December 1st? Haven't got an answer on December 1st.
That's
I think it's a Friday, yeah. Jingle Fest is the 2nd, that Saturday.
Got it. So we'll have, I guess that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more emails of the day. So that's plenty of opportunities.
JV golf coach trying to close in on Pop.
Someone's got to close in on Pop if we're going to get this going. Iggs, you all right? All good, baby?
Yeah, knocked out a few golf rival games. Good to go.
How'd that go?
A couple holes in ones.
What's the Batwing sitch?
Still at 7. Damn. I won't be at 8 till 2025.
I want to spit in KG's mouth. He looks so yummy. That's from Dirty Chewbacca. That is your thing.
It is. I haven't experienced it yet. Still looking. But
so this might be a salad tossing situation where it sounds good, but then someone actually wants to spit in your mouth, and you might not be into it.
Yeah. Who was that?
Dirty Chewbacca. Does that have any interest to you?
I'll consider it.
Well, it's something.
Yeah.
So, like I said before, Doug is jetted. He has left. He had to leave at 9 o'clock, and Tim was on plane vacation. So, this is what you get. This is, some young cat getting after it. You can call it the JV team. You can call it what you want. But we're out here putting in work on the last segment before the week's end. If you're going to be listening to 101 ESPN today, instead of Balloon Party, because Tim is off, the opening drive will be going an extra hour. That's Randy Character, Brooke Rimsley, Kerry Davis, and Matt Rocchio. And then Randy has a sound story today. Is that right, Plowhawk?
At 11, yeah.
And there you go. Jackson, you're doing amazing, sweetie. That's from Aaron the Chuck. Hey. Thanks, Aaron the Chuck. Plowboy, I want to play some of this horny Stephen A. Smith audio, but I saved it in yesterday's audio fun folder, and now I'm putting you on the spot, and I feel bad.
No, I have it now.
Okay. You can pick either one. They're both funny as hell to me.
Sex meals.
Yeah.
At Celtic Sexual. That's what he wrote. Celtic Sexual. At Celtic Sexual is his Twitter handle. Best meal before sex. Okay. First of all, water, no alcohol. I would tell you a salad. You don't want your stomach heavy before you're trying to get down. You understand what I'm saying? Because it'll bring you down and prevent you from getting up to the degree that you want to get up. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want spicy foods either. Could mess with your stomach. You don't want stomach problems when you're trying to get excited. You don't want that, okay? So I would tell you a nice salad. That's what I would tell you. Could be a little roughish. I know you think it's a little roughish, but you know what the best thing to do? Protein drink. Protein drink. But not something that's going to lay in your stomach. You know what I mean? And water, because you want the blood circulating in all the right places at all the right times. That would be my advice to you. So really, it's not really a meal at all. You want to eat after, not before.
So no cheese curds.
I can't listen to him talk sports anymore because I just think of him going into that like late night radio DJ voice talking about sex and getting all horned up
He's
about
looking
it.
for a second career. I think he.
This guy thinks he's the lady man from ESPN. Yeah, she's on the line. You got the ladies, man.
I mean, he might as well be. He's the only one.
He's awful at it.
You don't like his horniness?
No.
Well, I want your opinion on his take on Latino women because he gave an opinion on that as well.
Hunch OJT _ writes thoughts on Latina women. I love them.
Amen.
I love me a Spanish-speaking woman. I really, really, really do. I love it. Now, that ain't all you got to have. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to have it, but I mean, it is a plus. A bilingual woman, specifically Spanish, whispering in your ear, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I will acknowledge that. So, no shade on the Latina women whatsoever. Let me throw that out there. I love them.
Jesus. Isn't he married?
No.
Oh, hell no. That dude will never get married.
I've never agreed with anybody more than with what he
Than what Stephen A. Smith just said?
Yes.
Yeah, you're in full agreement on
It's
that
like
one.
everybody else. It depends how good looking she is.
I agree. There are some.
I mean, do you like white women? Do you like black women? Do you like Latino women? Do you like Cuban women? If they're attractive, just because they have a different accent, they speak a language.
Oh, there's something sexy
Like
about that
Rosie
language,
O'Donnell
though.
spoke Spanish. I love
them.
I love them. Rosie O'Donnell speaks Spanish. I love them. No, you wouldn't.
There's just somebody just flushed.
I did hear that. I heard that was a loud flush.
He's just thinking Sofia Vergara, people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, crazy. Nobody really broke this story. Snoop Dogg stopped smoking weed.
I saw that.
Yeah, I figured you'd have a take on that.
I don't have a take. I found it very surprising. More than likely due to health reasons, I would assume.
Do you think he stopped smoking or stopped with THC in general? Because he could still do edibles, right?
I don't know if he's been an edible guy. I think he likes, similar to me, just the art of, I don't know if it's art, but like the process of the smoking and, having, cleaning it out, all that. I don't know if he does edible, but I thought that was pretty surprising.
That's
I
his whole
hope he's
persona.
okay.
That's his whole persona.
Yeah, like it's a huge part of.
If Cheech and Chong stopped smoking.
I think Cheech Martin has said he doesn't smoke anymore.
Tommy Chong.
is.
Well, they don't have careers anymore either, but.
Well, Tommy Chong has his own weed, I think.
Yeah, I see Tommy
He's
Chong.
doing something major in the weed business.
I see Tommy Chong around. He always has like some weed paraphernalia around his neck. So he's like not even trying to hide it.
Well, I think he's in the bong business.
The bong
Yeah,
business?
I actually think
Is
you
that a
are
market you're
correct.
looking to get into?
He's in the pipe business. I saw a video of Wiz Khalifa and Jelly Roll in the studio, and Wiz Khalifa opened up a briefcase full of pre-rolls and started handing them out to Jelly Roll. I thought that was a cool video. Because Wiz Khalifa has his own. I remember when we were out in Vegas for the first time 5 years ago with my boy Mace Dog and Reefer. We were at a dispensary, and he was there because he just came out with his own line of weed. Now I know he, does very successful at it, but this is when he first started. So cool to bust out a huge briefcase full of pre-rolls. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean that is.
I love Wiz. Wiz Khalifa, great.
You know what else is cool is working with James Carlton. You work with James Carlton, do you not, Plug?
On a daily, man. I talk to this dude and his staff all the time. They're fantastic.
He's wonderful.
James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency in Webster Groves is my insurance agent. He's the Plowhawks insurance agent, and I would love for him to become your insurance agent as well. And there is a reason I say that, because I have learned that there is a difference between what James Carlton and his staff do and a lot of other insurance agencies, and that is putting customer service at the absolute top of the list of priorities. And now that's why they have 339 five-star reviews when you search James Carlton and the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency on Google. This one posted just a week ago. Recently switched to James, and he set up a meeting with me instantly to go over my coverage. During our meeting, James informed us of the Drive and Save discount, which I was never even aware of before. We went over the rest of my coverage in extensive detail, which I had never had an agent do before. I'm very happy with my decision to switch to James Carlton. As am I. That posted on Google, and it's one of 339 5-star reviews. The number for James Carlton's agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm.
That's James Carlton State Farm Insurance. Someone said Dirty Chewbacca said that YouTube is getting banty. I haven't been in there to look, but I'll take a look. I assume people just hate us, you know.
Oh, dude, yeah, they.
Let's see. Don Peepy's in there. Oh, my laptop sounds on. Silly me. I don't see anything. People getting banty. I see Don Peepy in there running things, just like he does on Balloon Party. But I don't see anything otherwise to that. Where'd Iggy go? Did he just walk out?
Yeah, why are you guys not surprised by this?
We don't have anyone. We're already short-staffed. Where'd he go? We just had a break. He didn't say anything.
He just said nothing.
Jackson, you're my music guy.
Sure, man.
I talked to you about it yesterday. Did you give a listen this morning to Scary Hours 3?
I did.
Thoughts?
So was that just... It was 5 extra songs
5 or
on
6,
For All
like
the
that.
Dogs,
It's got
right?
a J. Cole feature.
The Stories About My Brother was the best song on either album. I thought that was outstanding. That's what I like. I like when he just goes for 5 minutes and raps. That's what I like.
Did you look at ticket prices for February 12th?
So Drake and J. Cole are coming to town in February.
Mm-hmm.
February is a tough month for me. As I've said, I'm going to the Grizzlies game with my brother. That's in Memphis. They're taking on the Knicks. And then I have a bachelor party in early February in Scottsdale. So a lot of my monies, we talked about Mark Hanna earlier, a lot of my monies are tied up in those ventures. I got to spend a lot of money on those things. So then spend it on J. Cole and Drake tickets. Like, I love J. Cole and I love Drake, but seeing them live, it depends on the price. It always depends on the price.
Yeah.
Were you seeing ticket prices for it?
I think you could get in for just maybe a little over 100, sitting up top in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
But you've said rap shows aren't the best live. Drake's might be a little different.
Depends on the person. A lot of times they put the track under the singing. And so, like, it's basically like a listening party. Like, you're basically up there just, like, watching somebody dance around to their own song and then, like, says a couple lyrics. If they just put the beat down and then rap over that, that's a cool show because now you're seeing a real live performance.
Yeah.
But so often they put the track underneath it and it just doesn't sound good. Like, it just sounds... Future was actually, and that surprised me because of his style of rapping, but Future was a really, really, really cool show, and I really enjoyed that. But I don't know. I think I would enjoy a Drake show. Is he doing the same thing he's been doing where he does like all of his hits, kind of like his Taylor Swift Eras thing?
I'm not sure. But I do like how he has the stage in like the middle with kind of the whole crowd surrounding him.
That's ideal. Absolutely. KG sent me a link that I want to get into here that I thought was interesting. It's the top 20 cities engaging in adulterous behavior revealed. Is yours on the list? We'll do a little guessing game here. The top, I'll start with number 1. We'll guess number 1. We'll go around the dais. KG, you're out because you saw it.
I didn't read it.
You didn't read it?
No.
Pinky swear?
I swear.
All right.
Scout's honor.
All right. Iggy, we'll start with you. The city in America engaging in the most adulterous behavior.
Miami.
Iggy nails it right on top of the head. Iggy nailed it.
Well, there's so many different types of people that live there that are just willing to go a different direction than most people. There's a lot of swingers in Miami, too.
Is there?
Yeah, a lot of swingers clubs in Miami.
Isn't that where we got the audio from the lady?
Yeah, knocking. That was Miami.
May I join you? Yeah.
Yeah, they're giving all the topics like a Rams rule about swinging.
I won't give a name, but I ran into a famous baseball player with a lady walking into one.
Into a swingers club?
When I was down there.
How famous was this baseball player?
Pretty famous.
Can we get initials?
No.
When you see the door open,
It's the Rams rules.
They're banging.
It wasn't with the Rams.
But you said baseball, right?
No.
I thought you said
Did
baseball.
I say baseball?
Yeah. I thought you said baseball.
Oh, no, athlete. Well, it is baseball. Yeah.
Nice. We already
I didn't know
narrowed it down.
I didn't know I said baseball, but yeah, he's a baseball player.
We whittled it down without even trying.
Mickey Tennelton.
I don't even know who that is.
Nailed it.
Knew it.
So this is the show, huh? You guys do know that the mics are on. That's from I shaved my ball from
We
this.
have 23 minutes.
Hey, no.
I thought we've done good.
We don't have to do balloon party. We could go a little long today.
Or we could go shorter and just kind of.
I think I'm with Ken.
Play some spots
I'm
after the
ready
email.
to play a J segment and then call it a nice little
Yeah,
day. The weekend too. Everybody wants to kind of get out.
I'm pretty much done with Gobble Bowl as far as setting it up, but I have put off going to Schnucks. I gotta shop today.
You got a long day tomorrow. What time do you have to be out there?
Well, I'll meet at 9 o'clock and unload the trucks, set up the table, set up the registration, get all the raffle tickets ready, and got to do it quickly because check-in's at 10. I made it at 10 o'clock because when I say 10:30 and we start at 11:30, people just think, I'll get there at 11:15. And then I'm ready to start at 11:30, and there's still 60 people in line registering and buying raffle tickets. So I said, get there at 10. You can all go have a beer in the bar for an hour and a half.
I think my girl tonight's going to a drag show on the Becky Thatcher.
Wow. You're not joining?
No.
I don't know if that sentence has ever been said before.
And I don't think it's the Becky Thatcher anymore, but that location downtown on the
river.
On the riverfront, yeah.
God, who'd want to watch that?
I think she's excited about it.
I know girls my age love going to those.
Yeah, I think she's going with a
going
group
to
of
them.
people she works with and a couple of friends. Yeah, and I don't think I have to drop her off either, which is great.
I was figuring.
I really don't want to pick her up at like midnight, 1 a.m., but I also don't want her to be there till midnight or 1 a.m.
I was thinking about this last night since you bring up drag show, which is not really the same thing, but we give away at Gobble, we give away trophies at 3 winning teams, but we also give away a high series and low series for men and women. And last year, there's some girls that have guys' names like Chris or something. You don't know if it's a guy or a girl. So we gave it away, and this Chris comes out and goes, I shot 740. I said, I didn't know you were a girl. So I'm going to ask tomorrow, would the females mind putting an F next to your name so we know it's a female?
I like it.
But with the pronoun thing, is somebody going to get
I don't think at that venue, an event, you're going to see a lot of.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anybody. Say, well, I go by she, her. I go by them, they. I don't want to offend anybody. So I may just say, just for one time only, I'm nothing against what your pronouns are. But for today only, can you put F next to it if you're female? Because I need to know.
I think that's.
I don't think anyone's going to get upset with you, Iggs. I think you'll be okay.
Okay. I just don't want to upset anybody because I know a lot of women don't say they're female. And plus, people like Dan Stack may put F next to it because one day only he's going to, what am I looking for? Not recognize yourself.
Identify?
Yeah. One day only Dan Stack may say, I'm going to identify as a female so I can get the trophy.
That would be the greatest controversy in Gobble Bowl history.
That's kind of a joke, but I just mentioned Dan Stack, so I know he knows I'm kidding.
Hey, Dan Stack.
I just don't want to offend anybody by saying, can you put an F next to your name? Even if you identify as they, them, can you please put an F?
Hey, you guys have a great show. No worries about the haters. Enjoy Gobble Bowl, and I hope you all have a great weekend. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack.
That's nice.
Ooh, a nice sentiment.
Yeah.
And does anybody watch Billions? I have a question about that, too.
I've only seen the first couple of seasons.
There's a person in there, her name is Taylor Mason.
Right, she plays the woman with the short hair.
Yeah, but she identifies as they, them. But I think, because later in the episode, her dad reveals her name was Reginald. So she was a guy, now I guess a girl. But she had sex with a man early. She had sex with a woman later. But she was using the men's bathroom. I don't know what. I know she identifies as they, them. But is it a male or female? Because she's had sex with both. Great, she's bisexual. But she was going to the bathroom in the men's bathroom. But when she got naked to have sex with the man, she had boobs.
That would be described as non-binary, where you do not.
Is that what it is?
Non-binary, meaning you're not male or female. You're not identifying as male or female. That'd be non-binary.
Okay. I didn't. I can understand them. Sleeping with a man, sleeping with a man, sleeping with a woman, you could be bisexual. But the men's bathroom, if you have turned into a woman, you're using the men's bathroom.
Someone said it's a shame for Doug to miss this chat. This is from Mrs. Jenny Shanahan.
This really would I would love.
No, I have nothing. I have nothing against it.
No, I'm no one's saying you have.
I was.
It's a fair question.
I was confused
It's a fair
because
question.
you slept with a man, slept with a woman, but you're using the men's bathroom when there's guys in there, and you just come out of the stall talking to the men. When you're obviously a woman because they weren't big boobs, but she has boobs, but she used to be a man.
Mrs. Jenny Shanahan then says, I use the men's restroom, but I have McRib boobs. That's from Mrs. Jenny
Yes, but these were female boobs. They weren't, I mean, she's a tiny person. These were real boobs. They weren't fat boobs because you have too much fat.
Too much
She's a good
fat
character.
boob.
She's good. It's, and she's still in it too. I haven't seen the final season. That's why I'm going back and watching from season 1 because I stopped watching after Axe left. But Axe is back for the 8th season, so I'm watching.
That's Damian Harris.
Damian Lewis.
Damian
God,
Damian
he's been in
Harris.
so many good things. Homeland, Band of Brothers,
He lost
Billions.
he lost his wife like a year and a half ago. His wife was Aunt Polly in Peaky Blinders. And if you've seen that show, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the actress died during the filming of the show.
Wow.
Not because of the filming of the show. She was sick, but that is Damian Lewis's wife. Real sad. I feel bad for them. That's a terrible situation there because she was outstanding on Peaky Blinders, one of the 2 best characters on that show. And she unfortunately passed away really young.
I wonder if she passed away during the filming of Billions because they filmed that, like a year in advance before.
Right.
And he came back for that. But I think they said he's only in 7 episodes out of the 12.
Maybe. I mean,
So,
losing your wife has got to be just brutal. Plowboy, can I hear a little bit about Longo Biggs injury law? Longo Biggs, please, sir.
If you're injured in an accident, things can spiral out of control quickly. You might have medical bills piling up. You might not be able to work or provide for your family. And that is when you need people like C.D. Longo and Doug Biggs of the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. Yeah, injury cases, of course, can be complex, and each case and accident is different. And with C.D. Longo and Doug Biggs, they are TMA listeners. They are local, grew up here, law firm is right here, and they therefore know the community, and they care about their reputation. And on top of that, they are the ones who are going to be handling your case. One of the 2 of them is going to be handling your case. They're trial lawyers, meaning they won't settle if there's an obstacle or complication in your case. It's Longo Biggs Injury Law. They accept personal injury, wrongful death, brain injury, and other catastrophic injury cases. Go online at longobiggs.com. That's longobiggs.com. And remember, the choice of an attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
And I got something for you from Circa Sports. That's right. The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now in Illinois. The Circa Sports app is available for use in Illinois. So if you live here in St. Louis, just take the short drive across the river. Or if you already live in Illinois, sign up for the Circa Sports app because the Circa Sports app is sports betting the way it should be. With big app bets, high betting limits, tight money line splits, and the best customer service around. You're not going to talk to a chat bot if you ever run into issues with Circa Sports. Nothing more frustrating than running into a chat bot situation when you're dealing something, with your money or otherwise. That's not what they do at Circa. They have real people who will talk to you, the same people that run the Circa Resort out there in Las Vegas, a place KG and O-Town and I have both been to, and it is lovely. We talked about with Lisa Ann that Bears-Lions number is just a little odd to me. 7.5 with the Bears, who have not looked great this year. The Lions have looked strong, especially at home. That number's weird to me. A lot of money's on the Bears. I don't know. When I see a weird number like that, I tend to lean into the stink. Maybe you can with your wagering this weekend over at the Circa Sports app. Visit circasports.com for more details and get ready to start betting like a pro. If you or someone you know may have a problem with gambling, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234. That's Circa.
How great would that stadium swim be right about now?
Man, you're telling me, dude.
They said they turn it into a hot tub during the winter.
Yeah, that stadium swim was next level. And now we were out there when it was just like baseball season, like a rogue MLS game. Like, can you imagine like on a football Sunday or even college football Saturday, NCAA tournament, just being out there hanging out. You could go downstairs, do some gambling on the casino floor, then walk up, go to the swim spot, just watch games all day.
Think they still have my I left a sports coat in the closet there when we were out there, and I was just too embarrassed to call them and ask them to send it back.
That bad boy's gone.
It's gone.
That's gone. 100%. That bad boy did not survive. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming up, we'll have the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today for a chance to win tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish. You can also sign up on TMASTL.com to become the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. We still don't have a November Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. You win that, you're very much in the running for Listener of the Year. Maybe recency bias could lead some of the voters one way or the other, so get in there. TMA Listener of the Month, you just sign up on the TMASTL.com. Couldn't be easier. It just takes 2-3 all you can keep anonymity. All we need is your screen name. We're not going to out you or anything. It's all presented to you by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Morning, B-listers. Nice try. We were all thinking it, so I'm going to say it. Ellen's voice equals nails on chalkboard. But this email is about my first oral copulation experience. St. Louis Stars game, and they had a rain delay, so I decided to walk home. When up came driving my buddy Ralphie's job, Mr. Ringcamp in his badass AMC Pacer.
Kevin Miller needs to type.
It's like he writes these with his toes. His radio was blaring as he sang aloud. If you like Pinas Colada and getting caught in the raid, hop in, buckaroo. Time to make you a man. He wasn't messing around either. At the first stoplight, he drove right into my lap. He moved my Umbros to the side and went in lickety-split. He must have just had some coffee because his moist mouth was super duper warm. Just called me Aaron Rodgers because it was over 4 minutes into the game as I covered his molars with a full... I can't read the end of this. I just can't.
Okay, that's enough.
Thank you. I just don't think you can say that. That's from Mel, last name Heatus. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? We gotta be better.
You read it.
I know, but what do we do? But I'm reading and hosting and saying it's hard. I'm trying to filter and host. It's a whole thing. People are calling in. I don't know what's going on. Oh man. Good morning, you sexy men. What a wide Friday C-section. It was sort of hot though. A little Mizzou chatter, a little bikini wax talk, kind of covered it all. I was worried I might lose my horniness when Doug left, but my God, KG kept me up. Tim is missed, but you Sads did well. Iggy, congrats on another Gobble Bowl. The work you and all the staff do is amazing for the foundation. Wish I could make it. Love you, bitches. That's from SEMO alum. P.S. KG, anytime you want to spit a stream of that saliva down the back of my throat, bring it. You want someone to spit in your mouth, not other way around.
I'm receiving in this scenario.
Yeah, that's cool. That's super cool. Hey, Cucks, who let Doug leave early? I had a proposition for him, but his dirt hole will have to wait another day for this glazing. Lisa Ann, great job today. Iggy asserting his dominance by pushing the mic away and texting his AI mistress of the night. Maybe one of these days they can squash the beef. Not. For the upcoming bowling auction, I will be auctioning away smoke-covered bowling shirts and 2 Cardinals jerseys I found in an apartment complex dumpster. Thanks. Bad show per usual. That comes from White Boy's Stinky Finger. Well, boys, it's that time again. The best day of the year to gather for fellowship, bowl for fun, donate to a great cause, and maybe win a prize. It is really awesome to see our man Iggs shine on this day. If you haven't been, you should come out and bring some canned foods from your cupboard. We all know that we can all afford to donate some food. Anyhow, great job, Iggy. See all of you boys tomorrow. That's from the 8:30 Recreator.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I forgot to mention that. If you are coming out, there's an organization we're using this year that is collecting just for Thanksgiving this year for families that don't have enough. So if you're coming out, cranberry sauce, some instant potatoes, gravy, green beans, some stuffing, things like that for Thanksgiving. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'll be bringing some stuff out for you. Hey, guys, absolutely great show today. Perfect way to head into the weekend. Doesn't matter if Tim is in or not. The show still rocks, and you guys are still the best. Screw the haters. That's from Mr. Licks. Wow, is that a heel turn?
Mr. Licks, wow.
Lousy?
It's a face turn.
Yeah, it would be a face turn.
Yeah, more texts like that and emails like that. We'll see.
Sup, kiddos? This is so beautiful. Just Rick, Plow, Leather, and Sexy KG all bundled up together. Bread has been broken, bread has rised. Spread that butter all over my man yeast. Drip and drizzle that sweet boy honey and let it absorb into my soft skin. Munch me, savor me, taste me. Then let's make brown gravy in that porcelain bowl. Many tokes to Plowsy. Good luck on the Gobble Bowl, Kenny. Mouth spits to KG and braces with Jackson. Milk me, flock me. That's from Flocky the Smurf. As a sideline reporter, I have been lucky enough to be at some of the biggest sporting events of all time. Not just in the building, but on the field, extremely close to the action. Here's a Mount Rushmore. First off, I was at the Fulton County Stadium in 1974 when Henry Aaron hit the 715th home run of his career to surpass Babe Ruth. Believe it or not, I was actually one of the people running around the bases with Hammer and Hank. I also attended the Miracle on Ice Olympic hockey game in 1980 when our college kids defeated the Russians up at Lake Placid. It was my idea for Mike Ruzioni to get a Brazilian bikini wax before the gold medal game to help make him more aerodynamic. Up next, Africa, October 30th, 1974. I was ringside as Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle. The fourth spot on my Mount Rushmore of sporting events is that I witnessed in person is actually a tie between the 2019 Gobble Bowl, where Iggy had intercourse for the last time, and when American astronaut Alan Shepard played golf on the moon. Since I was actually there in attendance, I can recount the vivid detail that it was a cold, windy day, but Alan hit a nice little draw from a difficult lie right off the surface of the moon. Trust me, every word of that is truth. Honestly, I didn't fabricate any of it. That comes from Carissa Thompson.
That wasn't the last time I had sex. I had sex after Samantha Fish.
How was it?
Good.
You guys should let Alvin Mack sponsor today's show because he really mailed it in. Just kidding. Love you guys. That's from Chimpy, the butt plug duster. I'm just reading everything today.
Guys, looks like it.
I can't. I have no time to filter, so I filter in my head. Sadie Hawkins, Doug. This is the last one. Sadie Hawkins, Doug. The Blues were blown out by a terrible Sharks club. The Bengals fell to the Ravens as Joe Burrow left with a wrist injury. Jackson's really itching to break down this Mizzou basketball comeback. Nobody with some audio recorded on a Fisher-Price tape recorder. But I think the lead is dirt start maintenance and whether or not Nair hair removal products still exist. So, yeah, I guess we're done talking about the supermarket sweep. I would love to see that show rebooted, but where contestants get high at the beginning of the round and they have to get as many items as possible on the list. I'd love watching that effing show. Plowsy would dominate. Ours is the type of presentation where president of a local charity feels free to drop in at any time and task his coworkers with using company resources to print out a list of raffle items for his big event this weekend. We bust Iggy's balls, but Gobble Bowl is a great event that raises money for a great cause and brings many great people together for a day of bowling and fellowship. I'll be there again this year to buy raffle tickets and mingle with friends. As Iggy mentioned, Saturday, November 18th is the one-year anniversary of our friend Jay's passing. I'm putting the finishing touches on a YouTube video adaptation of Swope's Pixode 43, Remembering Jennings, utilizing a blend of archival Foot Fetish Friday videos and photography from TMA live events that I'm planning to release on Saturday. It'll be posted from @BuckSwope82 on YouTube, and I'll link it on the fan page and @BuckSwope on Twitter. That comes from Buck Swope, and that's what we got for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. KG, you're in Doug's seat, so you get the first vote here. Who's going to Hootie and the Blowfish?
I needed a little positivity going into the weekend, and with the face turn, I'm going to go Mr. Licks.
Mr. Licks gets KG's vote. Iggy, your vote today.
Was one of them the 830 Recreator in there?
830 Recreator was indeed in there.
Yeah, he talked nice about Gobble Bowl. He helps me tomorrow unload the truck. He's coming out to help, as with Rebecca Thompson's coming out as well. And plus, I'm pretty sure that I will get tickets to Hootie and the Blowfish. But in case I don't, I know the 830 Recreator will take me, so I'm going to vote for him.
I'm going to go SEMO alum. The first one I read, I kind of liked, or I guess second one I read. I really liked.
You didn't like the very first one you read?
No, that was nonsense and should not be rewarded.
I'm going 830 Recreator as
830
well.
Recreator has shipped it, and they have won tickets.
Real positive one.
To Hootie and the Blowfish. That's going to be on Saturday, June 1st, 2024 at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. Congratulations to the 830 Recreator.
How many tickets?
I don't know on that, honestly.
Oh,
I would
it's only
assume
2. Don't worry about taking me.
Well, if it's 4, would you like a ticket?
Well, then he may have an extra one. I'm sure he'll want to take a lady.
But you do want to go to the Hootie and the Blowfish?
Oh, I'm going to go.
concert. Yeah.
I think I'll get tickets.
We'll have tickets here, I assume, at the station.
I would assume. Only if they're all given away and there's no extra ones. But usually for the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, they give away lawn seats, and we usually get seats under the tent. So
I gotcha.
I'm good.
All right, fellas. If you're listening to 101 ESPN afterwards, if that's your routine, you listen to Balloon Party after our show. Today, the opening drive, we'll be doing an extra hour so you can hear Randy Carricker, Brooke Grimsley, Kerry Davis, and Matthew Joseph Rocchio for 1 extra hour today on 101 ESPN as Tim is out. We'll be full strength on Monday. All the boys back together, hanging out, chopping it up. Missouri, Florida this weekend. MIZ. Let's keep it going. Final home game of the year, senior night. Taking home those rocks. Seniors going to be taking home those rocks, KG, after hopefully a big win against the Gators. That's going to shut it down for us today here on the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Thank you to the U-Boys for stepping up. You know, we have a very much next man up mentality, and we showed that. We showed our resilience today. We were like the Missouri Tigers coming back from down 20. That's what we did today.
Special pepper and genie coming up next?
No.
Well,
no, I'm gonna give me some food.
Shoot or shoot.
Yeah, I appreciate the confidence though. None of that gonna happen.
That's gonna shut it down for us. This is the Morning After, presented to you by Brown and Crouppen from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly